broadcasting sports.
Elliott Birch will turn with it with 12. At the blue line, walking in, Reese with a shot off the goal post. They try to stuff it in, they score! It is tied at 2.
It's time for Oahe Capitals hockey on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. The Oahe Capitals are brought to you by Xander Auto Parts, Leisure Palace, Wagner Auto, AGE, Weatherall, The American, May Adam, Pizza Ranch, Faith Lutheran Church, and Hermanson Orthodontics.
Her pass intercepted by Miller. Pass goes across for Kapka. She's open. She scores! We're tied at 1. Kirsten Miller pitches in and holds the zone. And the pass over to Kapka, and she's not going to miss from there. 23rd goal of the season for Briley Kapka, and the Caps have tied it up at 1.
Oahe Capitals hockey is also brought to you by Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota. The South Dakota Office of the Attorney General Division of Consumer Protection. State Farm Insurance Becky Potsuba Agency. Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters. And First United Methodist Church.
30 seconds to go. That's held in again by Nemec. Be thrown back is now going to be McIntaffer. That shot is in! Skipped up and in for Dakota McIntaffer. Her first of the season. Dakota McIntaffer makes it 2-0 with 26.3 to go.
Oahe Capitals hockey is also brought to you by River Bottom Sanitation, The Clubhouse and Suites, Venture Communications, Kathy Sunshine Properties, American Family Insurance Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, Comtech, and Beck Motors.
Now the pass up in front for McIntaffer, and a shot was blocked. Back for Olmo, the shot, she scores! We're tied 3-3.
And now to the booth for the award-winning call with the voice of the Capitals, John Winkler.
And a good afternoon as we welcome you back to the Expo Center as the Oahe Capitals and the Watertown Lakers getting set for puck drop. We're about half an hour behind schedule. Well, end up being probably closer to 45 minutes behind schedule. Jim Lloyd joins me for the broadcast as the Caps and Lakers. You heard his voice in the first 2 games. Jim, I appreciate the help that you brought a couple weeks ago, and happy to have you here for the broadcast here this afternoon.
Yeah, well, thanks for taking me along again. It's we talked a little bit earlier today. This is kind of where it all started, right here in this little crow's nest.
That's right.
Yeah.
And here we are again. And now, granted, we're going to have the state tournaments in Sioux Falls and in Watertown this year, but it's a lot of fun. And I mentioned it too yesterday and talked a little bit that it may not come to the Expo Center very much after this year.
Yeah, my daughter's a senior, and yeah, we started this a long time ago right here at the Expo, and yeah, it's going to miss this place a little bit.
Yeah, it's well, especially on a day like today, it's nice and warm in here compared to being outside.
Yeah.
It's a cool rink, but it's nice and warm compared to what it is outside. These two teams have played twice already. This will be their 3rd meeting of 3 this year. The Capitals won both games in a 4-3 game and a 4-2 game against the Watertown Lakers back a couple weekends ago, right before the Christmas break. And for both of these teams right now, wins are important to get. Obviously, everybody's in the state tournament, but for the Watertown Lakers, they just want to finish some games and get some wins because they've been close to beating everybody. The Capitals don't want to fall to someone below them in the standings. This is a very big 2 points up for grabs.
Yeah, and this Laker team, you know, I've watched them play all year, and this is a really good 1-win team.
Yeah,
it really is. They've if we haven't beat them, we've scared them.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing is that when you look at, you know, the Capitals know what's at stake, but when they play another team, you can't overlook the Watertown Lakers because everybody they have played close.
Yes.
Now the Lakers are saying at some point something's got to go our way to get a couple wins, but other teams are saying, well, look at their record. They got 1 win. If you do that, if the Capitals do that today, this Watertown team is going to finish with a 2nd win by the end of the afternoon.
Yeah, and playing an overtime game in Mitchell last night.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this team is right there. They're on the cusp of wins, and they've played pretty well. But at this point, you know, we're already getting into this January time. we're starting to think about state tournament. If you're the Watertown Lakers, you want to get that seed up just a little higher. Want to come in somewhere in the middle of the pack if you can.
Yeah, you look at number 1 and number 2. Looks like it's destined to be Sioux Falls and Aberdeen, which was kind of expected going in. That 3 seed could be the Capitals, could be Brookings. That 4 seed would probably be the other 2. But you'd rather be playing probably the Capitals or Brookings in that first round than trying to have to go face Aberdeen and Sioux Falls. You'd rather get them in the second round. And that's where the importance of getting, and of course you're also playing later in the day. Well, I guess it depends on where you end up finishing, but really, I mean, yeah, you want to find those wins. You want that higher seed. It's not an easy game by any means, but it certainly is easier when you're at a higher seed.
Right, and you want to start playing well. If you're the Lakers, you need to start picking up some of those wins. You got to go into in this tournament with a little confidence also.
Absolutely.
And so in a few wins, get your seed up a little bit more. I like this Watertown Laker team. I still do, and I'm always partial to the Lakers. I have been for many years, but I like the way this team plays. I really do.
It's going to be a fun matchup. We'll talk more about this matchup coming up here in just a little bit. We'll talk about the 2 times that these 2 teams have already played and their third matchup here. We'll talk about that coming up in just a little bit. We'll come back with more of the pregame show after this. You're listening to Hawaii Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock, and you're watching it on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Hi, Jason here from Leisure Palace Pool, Spa, and Patio. We invite you to come in and see our expanded new location, 400 West Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Transform your new space into the best in industry hot spring, caldera, and free-flow spas, and let the stress melt away. Or maybe it's an infrared sauna. Don't miss out. Also check out our pool tables, darts, fire tables, and outdoor furniture. Visit us today for the perfect blend of relaxation and entertainment. And as always, at the guaranteed lowest price.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories. The lawyers at the May Adam Law Firm in Pierre know how important your families are to you. If you've been putting off getting your affairs in order, know that the May Adam Law Firm is available to counsel you through your questions and help you get the documents in place so that you've made your loved ones secure. Call them at 224-8803 and they can chat with you about how to document your concerns and care for your family. We're all in this together, and the May Adam Law Firm is ready and able to help.
Gear up for an exhilarating winter season with Beck Motor Company, your local Chevy dealer and proud supporter of sports in our community. Whether you're hitting the rink or hitting the road, trust Chevy's lineup of dependable vehicles to take you there in style. We are here for all your automotive needs. Stop by our showroom at 1905 North Garfield in Pierre or explore our inventory online at www.beck-motors.com. Proudly serving our community for 55 years. We're making a great deal better. Beck Motor Company, Pierre, 605-224-5912.
Hello, I'm Pastor Jeff Lathrop of Pierre First United Methodist Church, and I'd like to invite you to join us in person for worship on Sunday mornings at 8:30 a.m. or 11 a.m. You can also join us on Facebook Live or on KCCR 1240 a.m. or 98.9 FM for our Sunday morning broadcast at 11 a.m. Come worship with us at First United Methodist Church, where you will find open hearts, open minds, and open doors.
AGE Corporation has been building South Dakota for nearly 60 years. For all your site work, construction, and crane needs, AGE is there for you. If you need a boat dock and dock lighting, AGE has what you need. Visit their website, agecorp.com, or give them a call at 223-2732. AGE Corporation, providing high-quality services without sacrificing safety. Visit agecorp.com or call 223-2732.
Hi, this is Dakota McTuffer, and you're listening to Hawaii Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
As As we welcome you back, you continue the pregame show between the Oahe Capitals and the Watertown Lakers. John Wickler alongside Jim Lloyd, and we're looking at the matchup between these two teams. They've played twice already. The Capitals got to 4-3 and a 4-2 win. Bradley Kafka had a hat trick in the second game. It was Callie Beam that had 2 goals the first game they played. Harper Hendricks, her lone hat trick this season has come against this Oahe Capitals team. She's got 10 goals now in the season after scoring yesterday. So there's some pretty good goal scorers. When you really look at Bradley Kafka, Harper Hendricks, those two lead the team both with 10 goals each for their respective teams, above 10 goals or more. And they've got some firepower behind them. And you mentioned it too. This Watertown team, you can't overlook this Watertown team. And one being Harper Hendricks, and that line with her, Janelle Lloyd and Emma Schlusner, that those three can be very dangerous if you give them space.
Well, they haven't scored the goals that they want to or probably should have, because that is a good line. That line will play with anybody in the state. They really will. And then as far as goals scored, it drops off for the Lakers, where there's not a whole lot of scoring after that. But there are some quality players on those other lines. And unlike other years, Coach Krantz has a third line this year that he can rely on, and they've done a really nice job. Jenkins and Kruger and Eide and Schmeling have also been playing on that line. That's a good third line, and he's used them.
And that's such a huge, when you can do that, as those girls will get better too as the year goes on. It becomes so valuable because you're seeing girls hockey now getting that third line. It was, if you had a third line, you're going to be one of the best teams in the state. Now you need to have that third line to be able to compete with everybody else. And for Watertown, they've got that next step right now with that third line getting some valuable minutes.
Yeah, and a lot of that is just a lot of your younger players just getting better. They play U14 like we just saw, and there's some good players on U14, and a lot of those players just bump right up to varsity. That's the way girls hockey works in South Dakota.
And the U14 game, the reason why we're as late as we are, because they went to overtime and ended up in a tie. And Jim and I were talking as well beforehand that playing the Capitals and Lakers is not so bad to have a U14 game tie in overtime, because both teams are going to be at the disadvantage of some tired legs. If you're playing a team like Aberdeen or Sioux Falls, that really hurts your varsity team. But there's a lot of U14 players that have significant playing time in the varsity side, and where there'll be some tired legs, and maybe we see a little bit more sloppy play, at least early on or maybe late in the game. But overall, the advantage does not get picked up by the Capitals or the Lakers because they played an extra 10 minutes and didn't have a winner in the U14 game.
Equally tired legs.
Equally tired legs. and we were getting tired watching them up here. You could tell that they need this Zamboni break right now for a lot of these girls, just to kind of catch their breath, get a banana or something in for a little bit of protein and some potassium in them to help them stay loose the rest of the way. But a big matchup between these two teams. Capitals now at 8-2, Watertown at 1-7-1-1 after their overtime loss yesterday. And that's the other side. Watertown played an overtime game, didn't get the win. Obviously, the Capitals didn't get the win either. But then you go on top of that, a U14 game that goes to overtime and a tie. So that could be the advantage the Capitals have right now, is that while both teams didn't win, they didn't have to go to overtime in their varsity game yesterday. Yeah,
and we were in Mitchell at an overtime game, and there was a lot of energy in that game. That was a long game, and it was decided at the end of overtime too. So they played 4 periods.
Yeah, so that is something to kind of look out for as we continue or get ready for this contest between the Capitals and the Watertown Lakers. Let's go ahead and take another break in the pregame show. We'll come back with more of the pregame after this here on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Hockey season is here, and American by Wyndham Fort Pierre Conference Center is proud to support our hometown heroes, the Oahe Capitals. Whether you're traveling to cheer on the team or just need a cozy place to unwind, we're here to make your stay unforgettable. From game nights to restful mornings, we're rooting for you. Stop by at 312 Island Drive, Fort Pierre. Go Capitals! American by Wyndham, where comfort meets community. Call 605-223-2358 to book your stay today. Wagner Auto Company is your complete transportation headquarters. Now is the time to order your new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles, plus a good selection of quality pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles. They'll take care of you after the sale with a full-service parts and auto body shop with trained technicians, along with a friendly financing team that'll work with you to find the best deal and one that'll fit your budget. Wagner Auto is your local full-service family-owned dealership for over 115 years. Sports. WagnerAuto.com. That's WagnerAuto.com. Becky Potsaba and State Farm Insurance are here to help you with your insurance and banking needs. State Farm's not just insurance, it's banking, investments, IRAs, loans, and a whole lot more. We offer guidance in a personal and caring way that helps you manage the risks of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and find ways to control costs so you can realize your dreams. We know how life is, and we're here for you. Stop in to see Becky at 1315 East Wells Avenue in Pierre, or call Becky at 224-4173. Venture Communications has deep roots in rural South Dakota. Venture now proudly provides fiber to the home with 100% of our customers, enabling them to enjoy super fast and reliable internet connections. We'd like the opportunity to keep you in touch with the people and resources that matter most. 100% fiber and 100% committed to rural South Dakota. Call Venture Communications today at 605-852-2224, 605-852-2224, or online at venturecom.net. Comtech is a total technology solutions provider. Comtech is ready to get technology to work for you, not against you. Stop into Comtech to see our selection of TVs, home audio systems, computers, and security systems. They have brand names like Samsung, Bose, Sonos, and Lenovo, just to name a few. Comtech has what you're looking for in technology. Stop in at 1601 Lowell Avenue in Pierre, or visit their website at comtechplus.com. Comtech, your trusted technology solutions provider.
Weatherall Roofing and Insulation is a family-owned business that has served Central South Dakota for over 25 years. Weatherall Roofing and Insulation specializes in metal roof restorations and flat roof repair. They also offer the highest quality insulation using closed-cell polyurethane foam and blow-in fiberglass. For all your roofing or insulation needs, make Weatherall your first choice. And remember, just foam it.
Hi, this is Bradley Kafka, and you're listening to Oahe Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
And as we welcome you back, as we get set for puck drop coming up here in just a little bit, John Wickler alongside Jim Lloyd. And all right, Jim, got a couple questions to ask you. We were just laughing about this off the air. First, let's start with the Watertown Lakers. Biggest key for the Watertown Lakers to pick up a win here this afternoon.
Well, the Lakers need to put the puck on the net. That's maybe a downfall, and maybe why their record is with it. They need to shoot the puck and get it on the net. And there's been some times where maybe I think they don't shoot enough. And that's my opinion, of course, but they need to push it onto the net.
And then now on the other side for the Oahe Capitals, the biggest key for them to pick up a win.
Well, they got to put it on Kafka's shoulders, which they've done a lot. She's the leading scorer in the state. And, and they're going back to the Lakers. The Lakers actually have to stop her. But she's carried a lot of the scoring this year. She's the number one scorer in the state. And, keep it going with her. She's where it starts.
She's closing in on 100 career goals. She's maybe catches that here today. We'll see. She's got to get some multiple goals in this game to get that, but she's well on pace to getting 100 career goals before the end of this regular season. We've got puck drop, starting lineup puck drop coming up next. You're listening to Hawaii Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Walking together in faith, living together in faith, working together in faith, that's who we are.
Hi, this is Pastor Sam Hanschke. I hope that our athletes have an excellent and successful season. I pray that God would continue to richly bless them. I invite you to join me in praying for our athletes during the year.
We're Faith Lutheran and we are glad you're here.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back, the sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good, solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, LLC. 224-6627.
The Clubhouse Hotel and Suites has Midwestern charm and unprecedented attention to detail that provides the perfect getaway. The Clubhouse Hotel and Suites provides a complimentary deluxe continental breakfast featuring hot waffles, biscuits, and gravy. They also have an indoor children's water playland, whirlpool and fitness center, and a beautiful backyard patio with seasonal fire pits. Everyone deserves a night away. Call 605-494-2582 to make your reservation today. The Clubhouse Hotel and Suites. Experience luxury in the heart of South Dakota.
Dr. Brian Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics aims to provide treatment that is not only comfortable, but has a quality first emphasis. We believe that by preserving as much healthy tooth as possible, we can help you retain your natural teeth longer. This is accomplished with state-of-the-art three-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics, 1709 North Lincoln Avenue in Pierre.
You just got a quote from a company and are now being billed for not choosing them. Many contracts have what's referred to as a contingency agreement. These typically state that if you don't go with them, you, after insurance has approved the repair work, will be charged a percentage of the job they quoted. Ask up front if they charge to provide an estimate. Never sign anything that you haven't fully read or understand. If you have any questions, reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre, where exceptional customer service meets an incredible inventory lineup. Looking for your dream car? Our expert team is here to guide you every step of the way. From dependable Fords to luxurious Lincolns and versatile Toyotas, we have something for every taste, need, and budget. Experience the difference with us today. Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota.
Hi, this is Aubrey Stewart, and you're listening to Oahe Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
As we welcome you back and we get set for puck drop between the Oahe Capitals and the Watertown Lakers, John Winkler alongside Jim Lloyd, as we're just about an hour behind schedule. We're looking at a 2:30 puck drop. It's going to be 3:30 by the time this puck gets underway. Well, and maybe a couple minutes before, but it is going to be when you get a little bit behind schedule for the other games and then an overtime game. Let's send it down to Jess McIntyre for the introduction of our starting lineups.
Watertown Lakers and your home Oahe Lady Capitals. For your starting lineup, Watertown Lakers, number 3, Meg Sunday. Number 14, Rachel Scott. Number 15, Lily Murray. Number 16, Kayla Randall. Number 23, Piper Kruger. And in the net, number 25, Nyla Finelli. Watertown Lakers are coached by Curtis Krantz and Brandon Hyman. Now for your Oahe Lady Capitals. Number 11, Elliot Birch. Number 23, Ava Lavender. Number 55, Mallory Lairkamp. Number 59, Micah Buffalo. Number 6, Briley Kafka. And in between the pipes, number 9, Sophia Pashon. Your Oahe Lady Capitals are coached by Jim Whitty, Bryce Baker, Caitlin Smithson, and Ryan Backetapper. Your national anthem has been played. Let's play hockey.
So we're ready to go from the Expo Center here in Fort Pierre as our weekend games, 4 weekend games are coming to a close as another weekend will be down and we're about, 7 weekends away from the state tournaments, 8 weekends away from the state tournaments getting rolling, Jim.
It's hard to believe that we can be this far into the season already. You look at a lot of these teams, 10 games, 11 games. We're what you'd call the heart of the season right now.
Let's see here, and as we get into March 6th will be the first day of the girls' state tournament, so we're 2 months and a day away from the girls' state tournament starting.
Yeah, you look at some of these teams like Sioux Falls, they've played 12 games, Oahe's played 10 games, and Rushmore's played 11 games, so yeah, we're well into this season.
Yeah, and other years, the last couple of years, you'd be only about 2 or 3 games left to go in the year, but now playing everybody 3 times, you end up with 21 games, so you're at the halfway point, a little over the halfway point. It is Dakota McIntyre on the face-off against number 16 and Kayla Randall as McIntyre tried to push it forward. We're underway here on this Sunday afternoon. John Wickler alongside Jim Lloyd as Aubrey Stewart will move it here in the neutral zone. And Stewart will carry it in the offensive end. Her pass for Callie Beam, that'll be just off of her stick. And it's moved up ahead by the Watertown Lakers as they go the other way with it. Rachel Scott had it for a moment, but then it was passed away by Micah Buffalo. And it's to the far side boards where it will be Rachel Scott that will pick it back up here for the Lakers. Watertown will come here to the near side. And here's Schlusner. And Emma Schlusner with a goal and 3 assists so far in the season. She'll play to the neutral zone and pass it goes across and trying to go cross ice. Slowed down by Harper Hendricks for Janelle Lloyd to pick up. Lloyd moves up ahead for Hendricks at the blue line. 10 goals this year. She's got 1 hat trick, and it came against the Capitals in the 4-3 win for Oahe. She had all 3 goals in a row for the Lakers at one point in that game to give them a 3-1 lead before the Capitals came back to tie and win the game. This will be played back behind the net. It is moved by Catherine Stolle. And now it's out towards the blue line where it's going to be picked back up by Mallory Learcamp. And then Schlusner will move it back over to Hendricks, now in for Lloyd. Can't quite get a shot away. Sophia Pashong between the pipes. Wondering if it was going to be Kylie Fromm or Pashong, and it is the senior Pashong that gets her second start in 3 games against Watertown. Rachel Scott will move it back into the offensive end. Here is Harper Hendricks for Watertown. She'll start to swing wide. That shot, a save made. Juggling catch by Pashong. And we get our first whistle with 15:15 to go here in the first period. First shot on goal and a save for Pashong.
And Rachel Scott just missed a redirect there. It was really close. In fact, I think it was almost hit the top of her stick.
Pashong's got 5 of the 8 wins for the Capitals. 1.51 goals against average coming into the weekend. As this will be moved out of the zone by Reagan Pfeiffer. Picked back up by number 15 and Lily Murray, who got the start on defense in this contest this afternoon. Katie Reese will move it back over for Emily Nemec. Played off the boards right to Reagan Pfeiffer, pushed it into the zone, but then swung back to the near side by the Lakers as it's moved back ahead by number 19, Graceland Webb. This will be back over for Webb, just over her stick. Aston Hunsley racing after it. It was first played by Randall and then moved it down the boards, and then it's turned over. Rachel Scott moves it back in. Scott will turn back with it. Her centering pass, or a pass back to the face-off dot, picked up by Lloyd, and then trying to get a pass over for Schlusner. And it was knocked away by the stick of Katie Reese. Then flipped down the ice, rolling on edge all the way down. They will wave off icing, saying Harper Hendricks took a wrong route to go get to it. Hendricks will move it up to Schlusner. That comes out of the zone where it's then set back in by Brenna Ullman. And the Capitals will have the tag back up as Callie Beam races after it. But Hendricks was able to pass it over to Janelle Lloyd first, and now up to head to Schlusner. 2-on-2, trying to get in the zone, and then that dump in was off of Elliott Birch, where Ullman will pick it back up behind the nets. And then played over to the far side boards by McIntyre, make to the near side. Then a centering pass from Lloyd, just misses Hendricks' stick. And Hendricks on the far side, a little bit of a, she's looking maybe for a slash, then she bats down a puck that will be a hand pass. She batted that down to keep it in the zone. Ends up being called for hand pass, though.
Everybody in the building knew it was going to be a hand pass.
That's right. Janelle Lloyd was the one that picked it up. She goes, hey, it was right there for me. Go ahead and take it. Nyla Vanelli gets the start for Watertown. She's got the 1 win, 3.68 goals against average, .876 save percentage coming into the weekend. Those are your 2 starting goalies for both the Watertown Lakers and the Oahe Capitals. 13:25 to go here in the first period. It is a backhander by Scott, and that one was off the side of the net and then cleared away by the Capitals to the far side boards behind the cage, and then it's out of the zone by Briley Kafka, but her pass went off of a stick, never got to Learcamp, but is now picked back up by Kafka. Kafka swings in, that shot went wide. Rebound chance, she scores! Briley Kafka makes it 1-0 with 13:09 to go here in the first period. Her 19th of the season.
We've seen that shot before out of Kafka. That's kind of her patented move. And the first one, she missed the mark a little bit, or it was a rebound, but she stays with it.
Both teams with just 1 shot on goal. Yeah, Kafka loves to get to that forehand whenever she can, and she's not going to give up on that first shot. That rebound was in a perfect spot with Vanelli coming out to try and make that first initial save to get the somewhat of a tough angle shot to go in. Now it's Hendricks with a shot and a save made by Pashong. As we get a whistle, Mallory Learcamp gets the assist. That is her 9th of the season. Shows she is closing in on her 10th assist of the year. And this line of Kafka, Lavenger, and Learcamp work so well together. Lavenger's got 5 assists. Learcamp's now got 9 assists. And of course, when Kafka's got 19 goals and you get all those assists on top of it, that helps out a lot too. This will be on the far side boards with 12:45 to go here in the first period. This will come back over for Allard and out of the zone to make that Allard. As it's Sloan Allard now for Emma Schlusner. Back into the zone here for Watertown. Schlusner in the corner. Works it back behind the net. And it's now picked back up. Micah Buffalo. Reagan Emmy will come to the play on the near side. Puck is still loose where Micah Buffalo again will pick it up. Trying to move it up the boards for Emmy. And then it will come out of the zone. And here is Reagan Emmy. Moves it over for Kafka, but just not quite on her stick. And it's played back to the corner for Sloan to make that for number 27 in a McKenna Knopf. Out towards Hendricks, knocked down with a stick, but not out of the zone, held in by Birch. Her shot was blocked and moved out of the zone by Janelle Lloyd. Here for Kirsten Miller on the near side for the Capitals. That pass is tipped high over the head of McKenna Knopf, and it'll go all the way back into the zone. There is no icing. It was off a Watertown stick. And then two players will run together in Addison Hunsley and Reagan Pfeiffer. And then the puck will come out to the blue line where it's going to be Hendricks. Her pass, that's broken up. Katie Reese now will have it again. Reese up ahead for Pfeiffer, trying to get it back over to Reese, but just offline as McKenna Knopf will pick it back up in the corner. 11:25 to go here in the first period. Pfeiffer behind the net, trying to find the handle on it. Pfeiffer will turn. Her pass out now for Birch. Square away, that shot was almost redirected by Hunsley, and a save made either way by Nyla Vanilli. There's a shot by Birch. That one will bounce all the way through. And then it was sticked to the corner. And then Reese centers one. That puck comes all the way back in front, and Vanelli is able to cover it up with the glove. And we get a whistle with 11:03 left to go here in the first period.
Nyla Vanelli, she's just a freshman, and she came to the Watertown Lakers via Minnesota, and she's played the majority of the games for the Lakers. She's had some real good games. We like having her along, and especially we like that name. One of the best names in the state.
That is a fantastic hockey name. Nyla Vanelli is one of the best names in hockey. One of the best names in state, absolutely. This will be up to the board, to the blue line. That's going to be held in. Callie Beam now on the far side. Beam with a shot and a save made by Vanelli. And then it'll be come here to the near side. And it's now going to be cut back for Emily Nemec. Kayla Randall will turn back in her own end. Her pass is broken up, intercepted by Beam, and a backhander and a save made by Vanelli. And a whistle with 10:31 to go here in the first period.
Well, just as of late now, the Capitals have played a little more offense than they have in the first period of the game. I think it was about dominated by the Lakers so far in the offense, and a little offense being played here by the Caps.
Here's Ullman's shot that was blocked. It's still played by McIntyre to backhander, and then it will be swung to the side of the net. That one will come in front, bouncing puck, trying to be swatted out of midair by both Beam and McIntyre. And the puck will come free and out of the zone as it's going to be flipped down the ice. It'll be icing. Piper Kruger sends that one down. An icing call with 10:10 to go here in the first period.
4 shots on goal here for the Caps compared to 1, so not a lot of shots on goal, but it seems like both of these goalies have been quite busy.
Yeah, they really for Pashong, yeah, she's had a couple of pucks in front of the net. One went wide that she made the catch, and Vanelli with those 4 shots on goal feels like it's to her probably feels like it's been about 8 or 10 already, as she's been having to move around post to post. This face-off is won by the Lakers. Lloyd back in her own end of the ice. Will turn a couple of circles and then lost the handle of the puck, but we'll get it back again away from Kafka. And now it's Schlusner that will move it up. Bouncing puck, and Hendricks now one-on-one with Micah Buffalo. Hendricks moves in. That shot and a save. Rebound is loose. The stick was lifted by Buffalo, so Hendricks never really got a rebound chance. And it will be cleared out of the zone by the Capitals. Really good look there for Hendricks, and almost had that rebound chance. as Hendricks with one hand on the stick was able to push it back into the zone before she goes off for a change. And Lavenger now back in her own end of the ice will send it over across and around, but it's not out. Schlusner's shot, that was blocked by Buffalo. Then Lloyd in front. That shot was off of a skate, and it'll be moved back out again by the Capitals as Watertown will bring it back into the neutral zone. Schlusner will move it over here for Elliott Birch. Rachel Scott goes down, so does Birch. Onside play, pass over, Kafka's open, shot goes off the glove as it will end up being a save made by Vanelli, I believe, hit the glass and almost bounced back in front of the net. Now here is Pfeiffer, down for Kafka again, makes a move around on the back into the forehand, a save made by Vanelli again. Kafka is buzzing around that front of the net. She's still standing there in front of the net looking for an opportunity to get a pass. Well, the puck is behind the net. There's 4 players battling for it. Lloyd's trying to fish it out along with Hunsley, and now we finally get a whistle with that play pretty much being frozen, that puck being frozen by skaters this time instead of a goalie with 8:33 to go in the first.
Kafka there with a couple really good looks, and she won't miss many of those point blank just outside the crease. The Lakers got to keep track of her.
Yeah, you kind of take a sigh of relief when she doesn't score on those, but you also say we can't get lucky by having that too many times not finding the back of the net. Here is Kirsten Miller pinching in, trying to hold the zone as it's now moved across by Watertown and out, and it's now going to be picked up by Graceland Webb. She'll dump it in just wide of Bashong. She was able to play it to the behind the boards, and it'll be chipped up but not out of the zone. And the second opportunity for Katie Reese gets it out of the zone. This will be moved back by Kayla Randall for the Watertown Lakers. Webb can't bring it in. Pushed back in by Randall as she'll have to go check back up, tag back up as it was laid offside. 7:50 to go here in the first period. Moved up ahead for Addison Hunsley, but instead is picked back by Harper Hendricks. Hendricks with a shot right between the legs of Miller, and Bashong was able to see it all the way to make the save. Hendricks had 2 really good looks right now early on in this first period. Here's a shot by Murray from the point. There's a save made again by Bashong. And now it's Schlusser that will move it down. 4 players are over in the near side corner. And it comes back out. Hendricks over for now Lloyd, who will turn with it. Save made, rebound, they score! Harper Hendricks ties the game at 1 with 7:22 to go in the first.
Well, and you can see the Lakers are just buzzing there for a while in the offensive zone, and good things were going to happen. We talked about it in the pregame show. The Lakers need to get the puck towards the net, and that's exactly what they did on that shift with Hendricks, Schlusner, and Harper Hendricks and Lloyd.
And Janelle Lloyd will get at least that first and maybe the only assist, as she scored yesterday as well in that Mitchell game and is closing in on a 10-point season and more to come for Janelle Lloyd. But Hendricks will get her 11th goal of the season. And we are tied at 1 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shuffle by and scoreboard. Riley Kafka, this will come into the zone. This will be moved right back out as it's Reagan Pfeiffer make that Brenna Ullman. So Lloyd gets the only assist. Now Lloyd picks up a pass. That shot goes right through the blue paint. And it's back to Hendricks again. Hendricks goes down and ends up Birch going over the top of her. And it's now Schlusner. She falls to the ice. Puck will come out of the zone. Where's Kafka? That will pick it back up. Kafka plays it off the boards, and it'll be moved down by McKenna to McKenna with 6:40 to go here in the first period. Schlusner will also get a second assist, and that one will be flipped out of the zone. Actually flipped over the top of the boards and out of the glass, and we get a whistle with 6:37 to go, so we're all squared up. And Jim, that top line for the Watertown Lakers, they are a dangerous bunch, and you mentioned they can play with any line in the state.
They do. They spend a lot of time in their offensive zone. They've done it all year.
Face off to the left of Vanelli will be picked up by the Watertown Lakers. This will be played from Randall. Nearly given away to the Capitals, but it does come out of the zone, where it's Birch that will play it off the boards. And now for Katie Reese. Reese on the near side moves it down the ice, but this will be an icing against the Capitals and Reese with 6:14 to go here in the first period.
The other player for the Lakers, John, that has come on as of late is Rachel Scott. If you remember right, last year, she's been the anchor in the defense for the Lakers for a long time. She's now playing a forward and has adjusted wonderful, and she's done a nice job in that second line.
And for Mallory Learcamp for the Capitals. She's kind of been an anchor on the defensive side. She's moved up to the forward line, and it's amazing how when you tell a girl that you're going to be doing something a little bit different, they usually know exactly what they're going to do different. They're going to do it really well. There's a shot from Addison Hunt to make that Katie Reese with a save made. There's opportunity from Hunsley goes behind the net, and it'll be played to the corner. Out towards Emily Nemec. That shot almost was redirected in front by Pfeiffer. Now Beam will pick it back up. Beam will circle around that shot and a save made. And Vanelli will turn away Beam. Beam had the game-winning goal a couple weeks ago in that first game between the Caps and the Lakers. Emily Nemec. Pass will go across over for Beam. Hard pass back to McIntyre just off of her stick. And it's played back at the blue line. And the Caps get it in, but not deep into the zone. And then it's going to be moved by Hendricks here to the near side, where Schlusner will pick it back up. Schlusner into the zone, but Lloyd is offside, and we get a whistle with 5:12 to go here in the first period. And Lloyd throws her hands up going, I wasn't offside.
She was, though.
She
However,
was.
she was.
That's not according to the referee. You weren't onside. Face-off is won by Lloyd, but Hendricks will lose the puck over to Nemec. And it's Lloyd that will chip it off the boards to herself when she moves in one-on-one. That shot goes wide to the blocker side of Pashong. Goes back to the near side where it's moved along by Learcamp to Lavenger, who will chip and chase off the boards. And McKenna Knopf now will have it back behind the net. Kafka went down to a knee trying to block a pass. And the puck, though, will come out anyway. Now it's Hendricks moving in one-on-one again. Hendricks with a shot that was blocked by the stick of Buffalo. And it goes over the top of the crossbar but stays in play. Hendricks got a motor that I don't think ever stops, as she will get back to the blue line. Now the Capitals can go the other way. Kafka, along with Learcamp, trying to move in, but late on his shift, Kafka never really got the legs moving forward. And now Kafka's still with it, though. That shot, she scores! Still finds a way to get her seconds. And it's a 2-1 game with 4:20 to go here in the first period.
A little bit of relaxation there by the Lakers, and Kafka is one of those players that you see that's always looking at the net. If she has the puck on her stick, she's looking at the net all the time.
You know, anytime she's got it in the offensive end, it's a dangerous scoring chance for the Capitals, and that goes to show with that shot that seemingly was going to be a harmless play for Kafka moving into the zone, but she gets her second goal of the game, 20th of the season. And it's now a 2-1 lead. This will be moved over for Webb as it's an unassisted goal. There's a shot from Kayla Randall and a save made by Pashong with 4:05 to go here in the first period. If my math is correct, and I might have to do some checking, that was goal number 99 of the career for Bradley Kafka. Kirsten Miller will go across the far side. Katie Reese now for Addison Hunsley. This puck is going to be picked back up by Rachel Scott. And there's a shot that will go wide to the glove side of Pashong. And eventually picked back up by the Watertown Lakers. Webb, that pass to the front of the net just off the stick of Randall. And now it's going back the other way here for the Capitals. Hunsley moving over. They'd say it's onside. Referee was about to blow the whistle that Reese was offside, but play continues with 3.5 to go in the first period. This will be held in by Kirsten Miller. The Caps are in the midst of a change as well, so the Lakers are able to easily escape the zone as a pass to Webb just off of her stick, and it's now McIntyre that will pick it up, and McIntyre races in the zone. She's looking to center one for a beam, and it was off the stick of Vanelli out to the blue line where it's held in by Stewart. This one will come all the way to the net. There's a save made by Vanelli, and no rebound as McIntyre was in front. 3:08 to go here in the first period, 2-1 lead for the Capitals.
It's been a good first period. Kind of just what we thought it was going to be. You know, you have to keep track of Kafka. The Lakers have shot a lot. I think they've missed the net a lot, but it's kind of what we talked about.
And, you know, this is a team that Watertown Lakers, you can't overlook the fact that they've got just 3 points on the year with that, or 4 points on the year with the one win and a tie and overtime loss. They're a much better team than what their record is, as Harper Hendricks will move into the zone. That shot was blocked. Lloyd will track it down to the corner. Plays it back over for Hendricks behind the net on a backhander, trying to center one almost at Pashong on the wrong side of the post. but it will be played back to the corner for Lloyd. Up to the blue line for Lily Murray. Walks the line. Pass goes across over. Now it's Schlusner that will tip it down to Hendricks, but can't get a shot away. Now Schlusner will have it again in the corner. Off the boards over for Hendricks. Trying to start a cycle for the Watertown Lakers. Schlusner again will backhand it around to the near side. The first one to it's Aubrey Stewart, but can't get it out of the zone until Brenna Ullman will have it, and she'll lost the handle of the puck. Gets it back and is able to clear it out of the zone off the glass. 2:10 to go here in the first period. Nemec will get the pass again. Moves it up ahead towards the Kafka. Stick lift ends up knocking down Lily Murray as well. And now it's Lavenger that will move it back in, but can't get a shot away. And Vanelli says, I don't think I need to play that puck right now. Kafka was starting to bear down on her, and she just gets the glove on it, gets the whistle with 1:59 to go.
That turned into a 3-on-1 there real quick for the Caps.
And Vanelli had kind of played it. Looked like maybe she had thought, like, I can flip this over everybody. I'm like, no, never mind. I don't need to do that. Lavenger on the face-off. That one came back to her after it was kicked away. But it now will come out of the zone as Micah Buffalo will play it towards the blue line, where it's the first stop by the Lakers, but then grabbed by the Capitals as Learcamp moves in. That slot shot was blocked. Rebound is still loose. Comes out to the blue line. Shot from Birch, and a right pad save made by Vanelli. Used the paddle as well to knock it away. Now here to the near side. It is moved back in. Piper Kruger looking to play it back to Kayla Randall, but lost the handle of the puck and then got knocked down with 1:20 to go now here in the first period. Elliott Birch, there's going to be a penalty upcoming here against the Capitals as the Kafka looking to get to the puck. It's still grabbed here by Watertown, and it will eventually be grabbed by Micah Buffalo, and we get a whistle, and it's going to be Birch with the rough, I believe, is what that call is, with 1:08 to go here in the first period.
Yep, Birch with just a little bit of push, maybe just a little much there right on the post. Rachel Scott was standing in a good spot, and Birch decided she'd clear her out of there.
So she'll go for 2 or less, and potentially going into the second period, with it being 1:08 to go here in the first. Face-off will be controlled by the Capitals as Emily Nemec will shoot it all the way down the ice. And as we get to the final minute of this first period, back behind the nets, it'll be played back. McIntyre, now Kayla Rand, make that Janelle Lloyd will pick it up. That's passed over and off the stick of Schlusner. Puck is still trying to be grabbed by the Capitals, but Lakers are the first one there with Lloyd. And Lloyd lost the handle of the puck, and almost it turned out to be well because Lloyd will carry it in the offensive end. She'll play it back over for Hendricks, who will settle the puck down with 30 seconds left. There's a shot. Rebound, Lloyd got down to a knee, but fanned on the shot. It was canceled out by the stick of Stewart. And now is Nemec, chance for a 2-on-1 going the other way, shorthanded with 20 seconds to go in the period. Nemec trying to get over to McIntyre, but maybe waited a bit too long to get the pass across. And it will come here to the near side, where the Watertown Lakers will move it out of the zone, and Hendricks will chip and chase with 7 seconds left. Now the final seconds of the period, a shot from Hendricks and a save made by Pashong, chipped out of the zone by Hunsley, and that will take us to the end of the first period. There'll still be 52 seconds remaining of a power play for the Watertown Lakers in the second. But it is a 2-1 lead for the Caps at the end of the first 17 minutes. We'll return with our first intermission report after this here on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Home, discover the difference with Kathy Sunshine Properties. With 50 years of experience and their local expertise, both as agents and neighbors, Kathy and her team are here to make your real estate journey smooth and successful.
Whether you're a first-time buyer or a seasoned investor, the trusted professionals at Kathy Sunshine Properties will listen to your needs and help you find the perfect fit.
Join the countless satisfied clients who have turned their real estate dreams into reality. Go Caps!
Comtech is a total technology solutions provider. Comtech is ready to get technology to work for you, not against you. Stop into Comtech to see our selection of TVs, home audio systems, computers, and security systems. They have brand names like Samsung, Bose, Sonos, and Lenovo, just to name a few. Comtech has what you're looking for in technology. Stop in at 1601 Lowell Avenue in Pierre or visit their website at comtechplus.com. Comtech, your trusted technology solutions provider.
Weatherall Roofing and Insulation is a family-owned business that has served Central South Dakota for over 25 years.
Weatherall Roofing and Insulation specializes in metal roof restorations and flat roof repair. They also offer the highest quality insulation using closed-cell polyurethane foam and blow-in fiberglass. For all your roofing or insulation needs, make Weatherall your first choice. And remember, just foam it.
The Clubhouse Hotel and Suites has Midwestern charm and unprecedented attention to detail that provides the perfect getaway. The Clubhouse Hotel and Suites provides a complimentary deluxe continental breakfast featuring hot waffles, biscuits, and gravy. They also have an indoor children's water playland, whirlpool and fitness center, and a beautiful backyard patio with seasonal fire pits. Everyone deserves a night away. Call 605-494-2582 to make your reservation today. The Clubhouse Hotel and Suites. Experience luxury in the heart of South Dakota.
Gear up for an exhilarating winter season with Beck Motor Company, your local Chevy dealer and proud supporter of sports and our community. Whether you're hitting the rink or hitting the road, trust Chevy's lineup of dependable vehicles to take you there in style. We are here for all your automotive needs. Stop by our showroom at 1905 North Garfield in Pierre or explore our inventory online at www.beck-motors.com. Proudly serving our community for 55 years. We're making a great deal better. Beck Motor Company, Pierre, 605-224-5912.
Have you assessed the condition of your roof at your home or business? Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters can help. Since 2010, Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters has been helping their customers in Pierre, Fort Pierre, and all surrounding areas. With over 20 years experience, the professionals at Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters know how to get the job done. Specializing in all types of roofing, they'll make sure to find the right fit for you and your home. Give them a call at 605-280-9797 or get a free quote on their website at dakotastormroofing.com. Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters. Reliable roofing for your peace of mind.
Hi, this is Kylie Fromm, and you're listening to Oahe Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
As we welcome you back here in the first intermission report, about to say second intermission report, first intermission report. 2-1 is their score at the end of the first period. Briley Kafka got the first goal of the game for Mallory Learcamp with 13:08 to go in the first period to make it 1-0. Then Harper Hendricks tied the game with 7:22 to go. She got the rebound off the shot from Janelle Lloyd, and Emma Schlusner also got an assist that tied the game at 1-1. But then Kafka with 4:20 to go looked like it was harmless coming into the zone, but anytime that Kafka's got the puck, you know that she's dangerous with the opportunity to score, and ends up making it a 2-1 game at the end of the first period. Only one penalty. Elliot Birch got called for a rough. Watertown 0 for 1 on the power play. The Capitals out shooting Watertown 10-8. Now Birch, actually I shouldn't even say 0 for 1. They still got 52 seconds to go in the first power play. So they're still 0 for 0, but the only penalty has resulted in that one power play right now, which is about half over for Watertown. Jim, the first period, I think, this is kind of more the same from the first two times these teams have played, that this is going to be a 1-2 goal game, and nobody's going to get the separation that they would like to have in this contest.
Well, and if you're a Laker fan, that's exactly what you want to do. You want to give yourself a chance to win, be there at the end. Prevent a 2-goal lead, of course, but be there in the end. That's what you want to do as a Laker team. And as you see, the Lakers have played a lot of good offense in their offensive zone. And, yeah, if they're there at the end, they have a chance.
Yeah, this offense for both these teams are very dangerous. 10-8 in shots doesn't seem like a lot, but when you look at the chances and you look at maybe the shots that are missed, obviously we don't have those stats, there's a lot more than the 18 shots in total between those, and there's some really good chances for both those teams.
Yeah, and you talk about good chances, and a dangerous player is Kafka. We saw her on her last goal she scored. She carried in the offensive zone on her forehand and kind of coasted, and everybody kind of stopped. And she takes a shot when nobody's looking.
Yeah, right. And it goes right under the crossbar, right in for a goal. Yeah, and the same can be said on the other side. Harper Hendricks said, you never know where she might end with the puck. I mean, she gets a rebound from a Lloyd shot, and she's created some really good opportunities for this Watertown team so far.
Well, you mentioned her early on not getting tired. She doesn't get tired.
Oh, man.
She just goes. She has a motor, and you'll see a lot of times she'll flip it at the net or take a hard shot at the net, but she's always gets her rebound. She's always getting her own rebound all the time, and she'll carry her rebounds out into the corner, but she doesn't stop.
And best chances are those rebounds, that first initial save that they talk about, then you got to clean it away. She doesn't allow that, and both these teams don't allow a whole lot of clean rebounds to come away because of how hardworking they are in front of the net. 2-1 is their score at the end of one period. We'll come back with more of the first intermission report after this. You're listening to Hawaii Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock and watching it on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back. The sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good, solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Shufflebind Agency, LLC, 224-6627.
Rev up your drive with Capital City Ford in Pierre. Dive into our impressive lineup of Ford vehicles, from sleek sedans to robust trucks. At Capital City Ford, we're not just about selling cars, we're about crafting exceptional experiences. Our knowledgeable staff is here to assist you in finding the perfect Ford that suits your lifestyle and budget. Visit us today and let us evaluate your driving experience with Capital City Ford. River Bottom Sanitation, your locally owned waste management company serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre communities. Contact River Bottom Sanitation for your residential and commercial pickups. Now River Bottom Sanitation is your source for all your roll-off needs. River Bottom Sanitation in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Give them a call for pricing at 605-222-1120. River Bottom Sanitation. That's 605-222-1120.
Walking together in faith, living together in faith, working together in faith, that's who we are.
Hi, this is Pastor Sam Hanschke. I hope that our athletes have an excellent and successful season. I pray that God would continue to richly bless them. I invite you to join me in praying for our athletes during the year.
We're Faith Lutheran and we are glad you're here.
AGE Corporation has been building South Dakota for nearly 60 years. For all your site work, construction, and crane needs, AGE is there for you. If you need a boat dock and dock lighting, AGE has what you need. Visit their website, agecorp.com, or give them a call at 223-2732. AGE Corporation, providing high-quality services without sacrificing safety. Visit agecorp.com or call 223-2732. Pizza Ranch of Fort Pierre is a proud supporter of the Oahe Capitals hockey. Bring your crew to the ranch. We have hot buffet options, including legendary pizza, the country's best chicken, savory sides, nutritious salads, and delicious desserts. Perched right on the river, our Fort Pierre Pizza Ranch is only minutes away from the South Dakota State Capitol building and from the Expo Center, home of the Oahe Capitals. The Pizza Ranch in Fort Pierre.
Hi, this is Sienna Tipton, and you're listening to Oahe Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
As we welcome you back and continue the first intermission reports, a couple final scores. Boys varsity, there is only one game today. The Capital boys end up losing 3-2, unable just to get that tie against the Sioux Falls West late in that game, and the West ended up with a 3-2 win. The two games in the girls varsity ranks. Now the winners, you're not surprised that they won, but maybe a little bit more how they won. A 6-3 win for Sioux Falls over Mitchell, as Mitchell had that game tied early on 1-1. They end up going down 2-1. Looks like they had the game tied at 2-2 again, before it ended up being 3 goals in the third period. They actually tied the game at 3-3 as well before Sioux Falls scored the last 3 goals of the game. Aberdeen won 2-0. Madeline Sandvik scored early on the third period, and then Alyssa Rorick would assume would be an empty net goal, made it 2-0. They beat Rushmore 2-0. And Jim, it just kind of shows you that girls hockey this season, while Aberdeen and Sioux Falls are undefeated and they rightfully are probably the two best teams, Rushmore gave them a game. Mitchell scored goals on Sioux Falls. The Capitals, they lost 4-0. I mean, this is a year that a lot of these teams feel like they can hang with those top teams in the state.
Yeah, the girls' ranks this year, we have some of that going on in other years, but this year, yeah, I think anybody can beat anybody. And look at this Rushmore team. They've scared a lot of people.
They're 1-11, and both the Watertown and Rushmore with one win right now for their team. I don't know if anybody that wants to say, hey, let's play Rushmore and Watertown the first round of the state tournament. I don't think that's going to be said right now. I don't think anybody really feels comfortable playing anybody in the first round of the state tournament just because of how well everybody's playing against each other right now.
Well, and it says a lot about girls hockey in South Dakota. I mean, there's been a lot of parity in the last couple of years with these girls programs, and it's just getting better and better. I think way back when you and I first did those girls state tournaments, there's a lot better hockey now than there was then.
Yeah.
It's really gotten good.
There was no question it was going to be Aberdeen and Sioux Falls in the state championship. Now there's a lot more question marks. It said it should be. Some years it still should be those two teams.
Yep.
But here's this team and here's that team that's getting closer to trying to knock them off. And we've seen Mitchell and Brookings win a state championship.
Yep.
Mitchell's been in the state title. So there's girls hockey is growing.
And look at the Capitals. Look at the Capitals 5-6 years ago. Now they're in that top portion.
And you look at the everybody that's still here, going to be here for the next couple of years. This Capital team's not going anywhere anytime soon as well. 2-1 is their score at the end of one. Let's go to another commercial break. Back with the second period after this. You're at Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Dr. Brian Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics aims to provide treatment that is not only comfortable, but has a quality-first emphasis. We believe that by preserving as much healthy tooth as possible, we can help you retain your natural teeth longer. This is accomplished with state-of-the-art three-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics, 1709 North Lincoln Avenue in Pierre.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zanders has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zanders, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
Hi, Jason here from Leisure Palace Pool, Spa, and Patio. We invite you to come in and see our expanded new location, 400 West Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Transform your new space into the best in industry hot spring, caldera, and free flow spas, and let the stress melt away. Or maybe it's an infrared sauna. Don't miss out. Also check out our pool tables, darts, fire tables, and outdoor furniture. Visit us today for the perfect blend of relaxation and entertainment. And as always, at the guaranteed lowest price.
The lawyers at the May Adam Law Firm in Pierre know how important your families are to you. If you've been putting off getting your affairs in order, know that the May Adam Law Firm is available to counsel you through your questions and help you get the documents in place so that you've made your loved ones secure. Call them at 224-8803 and they can chat with you about how to document your concerns and care for your family. We're all in this together, and the May Adam Law Firm is ready and able to help. Becky Potsaba and State Farm Insurance are here to help you with your insurance and banking needs. State Farm's not just insurance, it's banking, investments, IRAs, loans, and a whole lot more. We offer guidance in a personal and caring way that helps you manage the risks of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and find ways to control costs so you can realize your dreams. We know how life is, and we're here for you. Stop in to see Becky at 1315 East Wells Avenue in Pierre, or call Becky at 224-4173. Wagner Auto Company is your complete transportation headquarters. Now is the time to order your new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles, plus a good selection of quality pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles. They'll take care of you after the sale with a full-service parts and auto body shop with trained technicians, along with a friendly financing team that'll work with you to find the best deal and one that'll fit your budget. Wagner Auto is your local full-service family-owned dealership for over 115 years. WagnerAuto.com. That's WagnerAuto.com.
Hi, this is Ava Lavenger, and you're listening to Oahe Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
As we welcome you back, we are getting set for the second period between the Capitals and the Watertown Lakers. John Winkler alongside Jim Lloyd. You're listening to KCCR FM Blunt, a Riverfront broadcasting station. As we're underway here in the second period, still 50 seconds now to go in the power play for the Watertown Lakers. Dakota McIntyre after the face-off win. She takes a spill, almost took down Emma Schlusner, who end up skating into her, and then now Janelle Lloyd will pass it across for Harper Hendricks. Hendricks played it over, and now it's going to be intercepted, and Dakota McIntaffer will take off with it. McIntaffer short-handed, looking for an opportunity. That centering pass goes off the stick of Vanelli, and Aubrey Stewart was a little late getting to the puck, and now have to get back to skate again with 20 seconds to go in the power play. Hendricks moves it back in. Stewart hounding her as she'll leave it back. Knopf now for Schlusner. That shot got through, and a save made by Pashong. And Nemec will send it down the ice, not all the way down, but out of the zone, as Schlusner will play it over right in the middle of the ice for Janelle Lloyd to carry it back in. There's a shot and a save. Rebound is off to the side of the blue paint and goes just wide. It was trying to be covered up by a Pashong, and she ended up pushing it wide herself, which wasn't the worst thing, as now Kafka will come into the offensive zone. Kafka carries it back in. She'll swing wide on the forehand. Kafka's shot goes off the outside of the goal, bounces high off the glass and stays in play, as Rachel Scott will move it up, but it'll be off the stick of Harper Hendricks, who has not been off the ice in the first minute and a half of this second period. This will be moved back in. Kafka goes down to the ice, trying to get back up to get possession of it. She takes another spill, and then it comes out of the zone where it's going to be back for Hendricks, who plays off the boards to herself. And Hendricks will move it in just a bit too far for Rachel Scott. And now it's Emily Nemec that will pick it back up for the Capitals. Nemec will skate fast into the neutral zone. Puck was knocked away by Kayla Randall and then played back over to the Watertown blue line, where it'll come here to the near side, where it will be picked back up and moved in by Gracelyn Webb. Webb's pass off the skate of Nemec again to the near side. That one will come out of the zone for the Capitals, as it's going to be Reagan Pfeiffer that will move in 1-on-2. She's got Katie Reese going with her, and Pfeiffer will get to the corner. Now back behind the net, she's got Hunsley on the backside post, but then the pass from Pfeiffer ends up going off the stick of Gracelyn Webb, who was the only player over there, and Pfeiffer almost completely turned it over to Gracelyn Webb. This pass tipped along by Katie Reese, who pokes it along. Hunsley will send it into the zone. And it'll be played here to the near side, where it's going to be Rachel Scott that has it again. Scott, that goes off the stick of Webb. Reese is able to hold it in and will play it into the corner. And then it'll be sent off the boards. Webb again will pick it back up. She's been busy on this shift. This will come for Rachel Scott, but unable to be caught cleanly. And it's now Callie Beam that will grab it again. Beam will circle around Webb. And now Beam swinging in wide. Plays off the boards to herself. Now back out to the point for Ullman. She'll wait for that shot. Bounces in front of the net and right in front of the crease as it goes wide. Hunsley tried to send that to the corner. That one's broken up, and it'll be sent out of the zone. And Elliott Birch will have to race after it. Making a quick change is Watertown. The Capitals are trying to take advantage of it. This will be Dakota McIntaffer again. That will send it in deep, just wide of the net. Played it off the back of the cage, where it's first grabbed by Alyssa Matthews. Harper Hendricks over on the far side, tied up with Beam. Now it's Lloyd that comes away with the puck as she'll get to the corner. The referee trying to stay out of the way of it. Harper Hendricks will grab it again. And Hendricks trying to race into the neutral zone. Almost lost the handle of it to Stewart, but was able just to push it enough to Schlusner, who will carry it in the offensive end and leave it for Hendricks, who will throw it over for Lloyd. Trying to kick it to her stick to get a shot. Now Hendricks puts a blast on. That goes wide. Here's back at the point for Sloan Allard. Tipped by Hendricks, trying to cover the puck up to get a shot, but unable to control it. That one will go off the backside of Elliott Birch, as she wasn't ready for that puck to come her way. Ava Lavenger. Now it will be played back in the corner for Hendricks, trying to center one for Lloyd, but standing right in the way was Elliott Birch again, as she'll try and chip it off the boards out of the zone, and somehow makes its way back to the far side where Birch was retreating to already, and again can't get the puck out of the zone. Held in by Janelle Lloyd. At the point, from the high point, that shot and bounced on when a save made on the right pad for Pashong. Chipped along by Kafka, but can't continue to get it out of the zone. This will be Elliott Birch. Now back in her own end. She takes a tumble. She blew a tire, picked back up. McKenna Knopf can't find the handle of it either. And it's now going to be played back over for Birch. Much better on her skates that time to get the puck out of the zone, as Mallory Learcamp moves it in 2-on-4. Learcamp's shot, and that one was a bullet that just went wide. as she tried to go short side on Nyla Vanelli. This will be played at the blue line. Learcamp will play it to the corner. Kafka is tied up in the corner. She goes down, and a couple players are tumbling down. Pfeiffer lost her stick, and she'll come up with it. And now it's played back ahead for Rachel Scott. Her pass over. Buffalo can't get to it. Now it's going to be Randall with a shot. That one goes just high over the glove and off the glass. And it'll be sent back down another time as McKenna Knopf had grabbed it, threw it across over for Alyssa Matthews. And now it's here for Micah Buffalo. Buffalo on the back end. Up ahead for Kafka. When it's turned back over, Hendricks. Here is Harper Hendricks moving back in. There's a shot that was blocked by Buffalo. Might have gone off the wrist or elbow of Buffalo. Then Hendricks and Nemec are all tied up. They're tangled up. They go down. That's a physical altercation between the two. And Schlusner will play it over as that one was off of her, knocked away from her stick. As Kafka will knock a girl down and make Zundy. First time I think I've said Meg Zundy's name today. Here is Janelle Lloyd back in here for the Watertown Lakers. Her pass over. Hunsley will knock a girl down as well, and Hendricks. Puck is still loose, chipped along, and now Hunsley will move it, and it goes off the boards all the way down for an icing as Kafka was late on her shift, and that pass was a bit too far away for her. She was in the middle of the ice, and that one was going off the boards. We get a whistle with 10:17 to go here in the second period.
That was a long series. I think both teams were glad to see a stoppage of play.
I think both coaches were glad to see that they can finally reset everybody. I think that happened last year, the year before. We were in Watertown, and there was about the first 10 minutes of the game was nonstop play. There was no whistles for the first 10 minutes of that game. We almost had no whistles for the first 7 minutes of this second period. 10:15 left to go here in the second. Aubrey Stewart will chip it along. Capitals still lead it 2-1. On the American Family Insurance, Brittany Shufflebein scoreboard. This will be moved along by Callie Beam. Then she gets tripped up. She hit her head on the ice pretty hard as she's slow to get up. Rachel Scott now will come along. And Callie Beam is not doing good as she comes to the bench right now. This will be out to the far side boards. Kirsten Miller over for Reagan Emmy. And now out of the zone, a chance for the Capitals to go 2-on-1 as Learcamp will move in with Aubrey Stewart. Learcamp waiting and waiting, pass over, maybe waited a bit too long to make that pass as Stewart couldn't try and tuck it in. This will be a shot towards the net. That's blocked by Zundy from Emily Nemec's shot. And it's now over on the far side. I think Callie Beam may be doing a little bit better on the bench. We'll keep an eye on her. Hopefully she can come back out. Here's Bradley Kafka that will move it back in. Kafka waits that shot. She had Lavenger open. Now a centering pass back for Lavenger, but that one went right between her legs. This will be sent out of the zone. Bouncing puck. Kirsten Miller. It is now back for Lloyd, who carried it into her own end of the ice. Kafka almost took it away from her. Didn't have enough length on her stick to take it away. And it's now Miller back again. Now for Kafka, she carries it right back in the offensive end. Kafka waiting, trying to get that pass over for Lavenger, but that one was broken up by McKenna Knopf. Knopf now in the corner will play it up the boards for Birch, and it'll be played out of the zone. Schlusner trying to win the race to the puck and almost had it away from Kirsten Miller. Lloyd will take a swing at it and play it to the corner, where Birch will pick up speed behind her own net, and then she blows a tire. Pass will come out, almost got it over her head to Katie Reese to spring her. And now it's Lloyd on the backhand. There's a check coming up, I believe, to Elliott Birch. That will be a penalty to the Capitals. Interference will be the call. And Elliott Birch has picked up her second penalty. Or is that Kirsten Miller? It's Kirsten Miller, excuse me, that got called for the interference. Oh, it is Elliott Birch. And they had 30 up there. They'll have to change that to 11. But with 8:12 to go here in the second period, it'll be the second power play now for the Watertown Lakers.
And Birch's second penalty.
Yeah, she's going to be careful the rest of the way. Cannot take another penalty, otherwise the Caps will be down one of their defensemen. Lavenger wins the face-off. Emily Nemec will grab it here for the Capitals. Two players come together for the Watertown Lakers to try and take the puck back, and it will be picked back up by Watertown. They're 0 for 1 in the power play so far, as it'll be sent down by Brenda Ullman all the way down. Rachel Scott will pick it back up. That pass, that one misses, and it's now grabbed by Hunsley. That shot and a save made by Vanelli, trying to put it back to the front of the net. And Addison Hunsley just missed that second opportunity. Now Kayla Randall, 3-on-2, will be moving into the zone for the Watertown Lakers. Randall moves in. She'll swing wide on the right wing. That pass to the center was broken up, but the clearing attempt was held back in by Murray, and there's a shot and a save. Rebound trying to be swung in midair by Webb. Another shot and a save. That came from number 28 in Alyssa Matthews, and another save was made by Sophia Pashong to keep this game a 2-1 score with 7:19 to go here in the second period. That might actually been from Graceland Webb, that second opportunity.
Couple good opportunities there for the Lakers. A shot went in by Murray. Nobody thought would get all the way there and presented rebound opportunities.
Go to McIntyre, Aubrey Stewart, the 2-4s of the penalty kill. There's a shot and a save made as that one came from the far side. I don't believe that was what was Meg Sunday. Yep. Here's another offensive zone face-off and one. Back to Sunday again. There's a shot and a save. Rebounds off the side of the net. Pashong trying to hug the post, and she'll eventually get the whistle with 7:03 to go here in the second period. Well, 52 seconds left to go on the power play for Watertown. Janelle Lloyd will take this face-off for Watertown, and she'll win it back again. Has control of it, away from Dakota McIntyre. Now Zundy will try and center one for Hendricks, who couldn't put the one-timer in. Here's Lloyd with a shot, and just getting down in time was Pashong to get the whistle with 6:50 to go here in the second period. And still,
John, if you look at the shots on goal, you can see what we talked about. Watertown starting to win the match here on shots on goal.
They've already got 5 shots on this power play alone, as they've had 7 in the period as well. No scoring in the second period, but still a 2-1 lead for the Capitals as they finally send it all the way down the ice. With 6:40 to go here in the second. Still 25 seconds left to go on the power play. Janelle Lloyd. She has it in the neutral zone right at the red line. Pass will go across over for Hendricks. Skipped off of her stick and then sent all the way back down by Emily Nemec. This will be grabbed again here by Vanelli. And Emma Schlusner will move it up the boards. And it's going to be grabbed by Zundy. Power play will expire. The Capitals are now back to 5-on-5. So they're 2 for 2 in the penalty kill. As it's now trying to be picked back up and a turnover for the Capitals, but Lloyd was able to keep the puck away from Riley Kafka. And now Zundy will send it here to the near side, but that's blocked by Mallory Learcamp. 5:50 to go here in the second period. This puck will come to the near side. 4 players will battle away for it. As it comes up the blue line, held in by the skate of Nemec. Comes back to Nemec again. Shot save made, and Kafka's rebound chance and skipped over her stick. And Lloyd will move it up the boards on the far side as Harper Hendricks will play it back again for McKenna Knopf. Watertown trying to find their way out of their own end of the ice. This will be sent all the way down. Kirsten Miller trying to juggle it to keep possession of it. While the Watertown Lakers are trying to make a change, the Capitals can go right back in. But they will make a change as well, as it was dumped in by Ava Lavenger. This will be sent over. That one misses for Hendricks, but it does not go far enough for an icing, and they can finish making that change for the Watertown Lakers. 5 minutes to go here in the second period. 2-1 our score, as Addison Hunsley will carry it into the offensive end. Hunsley up ahead, bouncing puck, just missing the glove of Vanelli, trying to slow things down and get a whistle. Katie Reese, along with Pfeiffer, back behind the net. 4 players. The puck comes free, and it's picked up by Hunsley. Had a chance to try and center one over for Reese, who was open on the back post. Now it's grabbed again. Pfeiffer shot up high, blocker down. Rebound was there for the Capitals, unable to get a second shot away. That one was high up there, and Reese missed that opportunity on the rebound. Elliott Birch with a shot that will go wide. Out of the zone it comes now for Micah Buffalo. Buffalo will send it back across. That one will be McKenna Knopf. That will play it again, and here is Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer will carry it into the offensive end. She's got Reese moving down the zone, and will come here for Pfeiffer to the corner, as now Reese will try and center one. It's broken up by the Watertown Lakers, and it's moved along by McKenna Knopf. She'll move it up, looking to get it to Kayla, make that to Grayson Webb, unable to. And good to see Callie Beam stepping back out of the ice as Aubrey Stewart on the backhand will play it. Stewart's now for Beam with 3:40 to go. It's instead out of the zone by the Watertown Lakers, and it's moved along by Webb. She's got Scott and Lloyd with her, and then the shot ended up being blocked by Buffalo. She caught it up high and was able to drop it down and send it over for the Capitals to get out of the zone, where it's going to be McIntyre now for Stewart. Stewart's shot will go wide of Vanelli. Then looking for a wraparound that time was McIntyre. But she goes down, and that'll be sent back over to McIntyre. That tough angle shot almost redirected in. It was off the glove of Vanelli, dropped right in front of her, and it's still played by the Capitals out by the blue line. That one almost looked like a hook against, it will be a hook against the Watertown Lakers. And we will have a penalty coming up. I think that's Janelle Lloyd that will get called for the penalty with 3:01 to go here in the second period.
It's a slow motion hook, if you will.
It was one where it wasn't so blatant that you can really see it, but as it developed, you can say that kind of looks like a hook, and it turned into a hook.
And Lloyd dropped her stick and kind of put her hands up, saying, "I'm not trying to hook anybody."
Yeah, I didn't necessarily have the stick after a while. I dropped it before it happened, but she gets called for the hook, and she'll go in the box for 2 or less in the first power play now here for the Oahe Capitals. Callie Beam was out on the ice. We had mentioned that she had took a spill that kind of hit her head, seemingly hit her head. I think she just felt awkwardly on the ice, that she was really discombobulated on how things were going, but she is okay, and so she is back out, was on the ice, so that was good to see. So she is okay. It is Micah Buffalo that will carry it into the offensive end as she dumps it in with 2:55 left to go here in the second period. 1:50 remaining here in the power play. Capitals first of the day, trying to extend the lead to 3-1. Kafka trying to pick the puck away from Buffalo, and she will find a way to have it on the backhand pass now for Learcamp. Trying to send one back free. Comes over for Buffalo, and a save made by Vanelli on a one-timer. I don't know how that pass came from Mallory Learcamp to Briley Kafka, but that is why Mallory Learcamp has got 9 assists in the season and why she's going to continue to have a lot of assists.
I was watching Kafka, and she kind of came from behind the net and took her time and positioned herself, and that's why she scores what she does, and that was a great shot.
As Elliott Birch will keep it in the zone after the face-off was won by the Lakers. Now to be Learcamp. Plays it off the boards over for Kafka. She'll control it. Standing back behind the net, will send it back over for Learcamp. Back out of the point for Birch here on the near side. Back down to Learcamp, goal line extended out to the corner. The Birch, that fumbled the pass, and it comes out of the zone. The Capitals have to retreat back into the neutral zone, where Buffalo will play it off the boards for Kafka to bring it right back in. Kafka fans on the pass attempt, but creates some space for herself anyway. Now throws it over for Learcamp. Learcamp's shot, save is made. Rebound, crashing the net with both Lavenger and Kafka. And we get a whistle with the stoppage of play with 1:58 to go here in the second period.
We've seen Nyla Vanelli do this. She's pretty laser focused right now. She's stopped some really good shots from the Caps just as of late.
58 seconds to go here on the power play for the Capitals. 1:58 remaining in the second period. Face off to the right of Vanelli. It's won by the Capitals. McIntyre threw it in front as Kafka is still out there on the power play. She's 2 goals away from 100 in her career as Kafka was stood up, and then the puck does not come out of the zone. This one was up high on McIntyre. The save made on the shot from Nemec from Vanelli. And it'll come all the way out of the zone with 35 seconds to go. Chance to really set things up still for the Capitals. They've got a fourth of that power play left. Comes over for Kafka, but she's late on a shift. You can tell the fatigue a little bit on this shift right now. Got to catch her breath. Here is Dakota McIntyre that will send it back in. Out to the blue line. McIntyre plays it off the boards, and it will come out of the zone all the way down. And the Capitals will finish out the change, and that should take us to the end of the power play as we'll get down to 1 minute to go here in the second period. Comes to the nearest side. Addison Hunsley will pick up the puck. She's going to skate into the neutral zone, trying to get into the offensive end. It is an onside play as we're back to 5-on-5. Lloyd is back out of the penalty box. Pfeiffer's pass attempt, that's broken up. And then still back behind the net. And then it will be Katie Reese along with also Janelle Lloyd, who's got a little bit extra speed coming out of the box and now moving into the offensive end. Lloyd will get around everybody, lost the handle of the puck in the last moment by the stick of Nemec, and then a pass is held in by the Watertown Lakers, and a shot from Schlusner ended up going wide. There's another chance from Lloyd that goes wide to the corner. Schlusner will pick it back up. She's got Hendricks trying to go to the front of the net with 17 seconds to go. It is Pfeiffer that will chip it off the boards. It is not held in. We will get a whistle as McKenna Knopf just unable to hold it in with 12.3 to go here in the second period.
Shots on goal are equal at 16 for these teams, so the Lakers have put a few shots on goal. Good period.
Outshot the Capitals in this second period. They were down by 2 at the end of the first period. With 5 seconds to go, looks like we're not going to have any goals scored in this second period. It'll be a 2-1 game heading to the third period. No scoring in that second. Only 2 penalties in total in that second period. 2-1 though. The White Capitals lead the Watertown Lakers at the end of 2 periods. We'll step aside and we'll come back with our second intermission report after this. You're listening to Hawaii Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock, and you're watching it on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
River Bottom Sanitation, your locally owned waste management company serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre communities. Contact River Bottom Sanitation for your residential and commercial pickups. Now River Bottom Sanitation is your source for all your roll-off needs. River Bottom Sanitation in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Give them a call for pricing at 605-222-1120. River Bottom Sanitation. That's 605-222-1120.
Pizza Ranch of Fort Pierre is a proud supporter of the Oahe Capitals hockey. Bring your crew to the ranch. We have hot buffet options, including legendary pizza, the country's best chicken, savory sides, nutritious salads, and delicious desserts. Perched right on the river, our Fort Pierre Pizza Ranch is only minutes away from the South Dakota State Capitol building and from the Expo Center, home of the Oahe Capitals. The Pizza Ranch in Fort Pierre. When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zanders has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zanders, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
Hello, I'm Pastor Jeff Lathrop of Pierre First United Methodist Church, and I'd like to invite you to join us in person for worship on Sunday mornings at 8:30 a.m. or 11 a.m. You can also join us on Facebook Live or on KCCR 1240 AM or 98.9 FM for our Sunday morning broadcast at 11 a.m. Come worship with us at First United Methodist Church, where you will find open hearts, open minds, and open doors.
AGE Corporation has been building South Dakota for nearly 60 years. For all your site work, construction, and crane needs, AGE is there for you. If you need a boat dock and dock lighting, AGE has what you need. Visit their website, agecorp.com, or give them a call at 223-2732. AGE Corporation, providing high-quality services without sacrificing safety. Visit agecorp.com or call 223-2732. The Clubhouse Hotel and Suites has Midwestern charm and unprecedented attention to detail that provides the perfect getaway. The Clubhouse Hotel and Suites provides a complimentary deluxe continental breakfast featuring hot waffles, biscuits, and gravy. They also have an indoor children's water playland, whirlpool and fitness center, and a beautiful backyard patio with seasonal fire pits. Everyone deserves a night away. Call 605-494-2582 to make your reservation today. The Clubhouse Hotel and Suites. Experience luxury in the heart of South Dakota.
Hi, this is Megan Pfeiffer, and you're listening to Oahe Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
And as we welcome you back to the second intermission report, the Hawaii Capitals have a 2-1 lead on the American Family Insurance printing shuffle by scoreboard. John Winkler alongside Jim Lloyd. No score to tell you about, but there were 2 penalties. Elliot Birch got called for interference. Janelle Lloyd got called for a hook. but both teams obviously went 0 for on those power plays. So the Lakers are 0 for 2 in the power play. The Capitals are 0 for 1. The Birch penalty is a little bit more significant because that's her second penalty. And while there's only been 3 penalties in total in the game, Birch does have to be careful the rest of the way to not get that third penalty. But an overall really good period, really good defensive period. A few less shots on goal than that first period for both these teams. But it still was a really good defensive period and a fun period of hockey.
It really was. That was a good period to watch both of these teams. And you talked about the penalties. In a game like this, these penalties can be huge. In this third period, neither team has been able to capitalize on a power play yet, but you just think that one of these teams are knocking on the door with their power play.
Yeah, and that's going to be huge to stay out of the penalty box in this third period because of how close this game is. 16 of 15 in shots in favor of the Oahe Capitals. They lead by just 1 on the scoreboard, and that's the difference in the hockey game as well, just 1. So it's a third game that I don't know if anybody thought it was going to be different compared to the first 2. I don't know why you thought it would be different. This was going to be down the stretch now. Even if say the Capitals or the Lakers end up with a 2 or 3 goal win off of this, this was still a tightly contested hockey game throughout. The final score, if that's the case, will not indicate how close this game was. No. This game has been close, tooth and nail for both these teams again.
Well, 3 periods of hockey, that's important in these girls games that come down to this. You have to play 3 periods, and that's going to be real important for both of these teams. And of course, we talk about coming out of the locker room right now, how important is that next goal?
and you mentioned that 3 periods of hockey. Last year for the Watertown Lakers, I think the third period was usually their downfall. They didn't have the depth that they do this year, or at least that inexperience of that depth is now coming more into play, having that experience now, because the Watertown would be down by 1, be tied going the third period, end up losing by maybe 3 or 4 goals or whatever it is, by multiple goals. And that's going to be a difference this year than last year, is that yes, the fatigue can still be there, but the experience of that depth helps that fatigue stay less.
Yeah, depth is huge for the Lakers. You're able to sprinkle in that third line, and that's huge. They could never do that before. Usually by this point in the game last year, they were done. They were tired.
Yeah, they're using 5 defensemen. They hardly had... They used the 4 defensemen, sometimes even went down to 3 defensemen last year. And now, having that we really haven't said much about Aubrey Ide and Jada Jenkins too much, but Piper Kerr's been in there, and we know that Jenkins and Ide have played a little bit, but they've been able to utilize that third line with that chance for the rest for the Watertown Lakers. 2-1 is our score at the end of 2 periods. We'll come back with more of the second intermission report after this. You're listening to Hawaii Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock, and you're watching it on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Weatherall Roofing and Insulation is a family-owned business that has served Central South Dakota for over 25 years. Weatherall Roofing and Insulation specializes in metal roof restorations and flat roof repair. They also offer the highest quality insulation using closed-cell polyurethane foam and blow-in fiberglass. For all your roofing or insulation needs, make Weatherall your first choice. And remember, just foam it.
Hi, Jason here from Leisure Palace Pool, Spa, and Patio. We invite you to come in and see our expanded new location, 400 West Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Transform your new space into the best in industry hot spring, caldera, and free flow spas, and let the stress melt away. Or maybe it's an infrared sauna. Don't miss out. Also check out our pool tables, darts, fire tables, and outdoor furniture. Visit us today for the perfect blend of relaxation and entertainment. And as always, at the guaranteed lowest price.
Dr. Brian Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics aims to provide treatment that is not only comfortable, but has a quality-first emphasis. We believe that by preserving as much healthy tooth as possible, we can help you retain your natural teeth longer. This is accomplished with state-of-the-art 3-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics, 1709 North Lincoln Avenue in Pierre.
Hello. I'm Pastor Jeff Lathrop of Pierre First United Methodist Church, and I'd like to invite you to join us in person for worship on Sunday mornings at 8:30 a.m. or 11 a.m. You can also join us on Facebook Live or on KCCR 1240 a.m. or 98.9 FM for our Sunday morning broadcast at 11 a.m. Come worship with us at First and Methodist Church, where you will find open hearts, open minds, and open doors.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back, the sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Shufflebind Agency, LLC, 224-6627. Discover the ultimate driving experience at Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre. With our extensive lineup of vehicles, including reliable sedans, rugged SUVs, and powerful trucks, finding your perfect match has never been easier. Plus, our dedicated team is committed to providing top-notch customer service, ensuring your satisfaction every step of the way. Visit us today and experience the excellence at Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota.
Hi, this is Callie Beam, and you're listening to Oahe Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
As we welcome you back, it is the second intermission reports. The Oahe Capitals leading 2-1 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebind scoreboard. John Wickler alongside Jim Lloyd. All right, Jim, right before we get to the third period here, we'll ask the question again. We'll start with the Oahe Capitals, who do have the lead, 2-1. How do they make sure that they finish off this win here this afternoon?
Well, they got to keep the pressure on. And in that second period, they kept a lot of pressure on up and down the ice. And, yeah, they just got to keep pressuring all the time. The Lakers, you know, you got to keep them out of their offensive zone. So I think you got to keep the pressure on the Lakers right now.
And for the Watertown Lakers, just one shot back of tying this game up, 2 shots away from taking the lead. How do they find a way to get a win here today?
Well, it's going to be real important for them to stay out of the box. They need to stay out of the box. We talked a little bit about how that can come into play, but the Lakers got to keep shooting the puck, and they've done that. I think they've shot the puck really well. Although they've missed the net a lot, they have pushed it to the net, just like we talked about. They've done that this game.
That sounds familiar and how the whole process was. Yeah, you've heard that all the time in all the state tournament games. I like to ask Jim those questions. What's it going to take for this team? What's it going to take for that team?
Yep.
You're going to hear that coming up in the first part of March again, the first 2 full weekends of March, Thursday through Saturday, because Jim's going to get all those questions again when it comes to...
And the funny thing is, I'm very rarely right.
But the great thing is that you're usually different with how your answers are. It might be somewhat the same, but it's always a little different. There's always something that may be a little bit different. They might be basis of the same, but it's always a little bit different.
And these games are also different, though. You can kind of look at some of the trends on what's going on in the game, and some of those trends that happen at the beginning of the game kind of carry through the entire game. A lot of these games don't change a whole lot sometimes.
The best question is when the team's up 8-0 after the second period. I said, Jim, what's it going to take for the team down 8-0 to come back for the win? There's not much that they can do.
Well, they
got
to put it in the net. Put it in the net at least 8 times.
At least 8 times. We got the third period on the way next. You're listening to Hawaii Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
The lawyers at the May Adam Law Firm in Pierre know how important your families are to you. If you've been putting off getting your affairs in order, know that the May Adam Law Firm is available to counsel you through your questions and help you get the documents in place so that you've made your loved ones secure. Call them at 224-8803 and they can chat with you about how to document your concerns and care for your family. We're all in this together, and the May Adam Law Firm is ready and able to help.
Gear up for an exhilarating winter season with Beck Motor Company, your local Chevy dealer and proud supporter of sports in our community. Whether you're hitting the rink or hitting the road, trust Chevy's lineup of dependable vehicles to take you there in style. We are here for all your automotive needs. Stop by our showroom at 1905 North Garfield in Pierre or explore our inventory online at www.beck-motors.com. Proudly serving our community for 55 years. We're making a great deal better. Beck Motor Company, Pierre, 605-224-5912.
You just got a quote from a company and are now being billed for not choosing them. Many contracts have what's referred to as a contingency agreement. These typically state that if you don't go with them, You, after insurance has approved the repair work, will be charged a percentage of the job they quoted. Ask up front if they charge to provide an estimate. Never sign anything that you haven't fully read or understand. If you have any questions, reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
Have you assessed the condition of your roof at your home or business? Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters can help. Since 2010, Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters has been helping their customers in Pierre, Fort Pierre, and all surrounding areas. With over 20 years experience, the professionals at Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters know how to get the job done. Specializing in all types of roofing, they'll make sure to find the right fit for you and your home. Give them a call at 605-280-9797 or get a free quote on their website at dakotastormroofing.com. Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters, reliable roofing for your peace of mind.
Walking together in faith, living together in faith, working together in faith, that's who we are.
Hi, this is Pastor Sam Hanschke. I hope that our athletes have an excellent and successful season. I pray that God would continue to richly bless them. I invite you to join me in praying for our athletes during the year.
We're Faith Lutheran and we are glad you're here.
Hockey season is here, and American by Wyndham Fort Pierre Conference Center is proud to support our hometown heroes, the Oahe Capitals. Whether you're traveling to cheer on the team or just need a cozy place to unwind, we're here to make your stay unforgettable. From game nights to restful mornings, we're rooting for you. Stop by at 312 Island Drive, Fort Pierre. Go Capitals! American by Wyndham, where comfort meets community. Call 605-223-2358 to book your stay today.
Hi, this is Brenna Ullman, and you're listening to Oahe Capital Hockey on Capital City Rock and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
As we welcome you back, we're ready to go for the third period. Emily Nemec, Sonia Junt, and Reagan Emmy are a new line combination to start this third period. Everything else stays the same, according to Jim Ledeen, the head coach of the Oahe Capitals, but he's set these three together now, so Nemec will move up from the defensive side to the offensive side of things as Elliot Birch will get out of the zone and be moved all the way down. And it will go for an icing with 16:39 to go here in the third period.
Perhaps a little strategy, huh? Putting a different line together,
adding a little bit depth,
around.
yeah. An extra set of depth of lines for the Capitals. Now, Jim Wadeen he's done a lot for the Oahe Capitals program, but one of the things he probably never thought he would do is watch one of his girls in the U14 game look for an earring that she had lost and then pull the other earring out of her ear to make sure that the other earring would not get lost.
Other duties as a sign.
Other duties as a sign. He did not know that he was signing up for that when he started coaching girls hockey. Here it comes to the nearest side where it's picked up and chipped out of the zone by Aubrey Stewart. As it'll be moved along. Callie Beam, Aubrey Stewart, and Dakota McIntaffer. One of those three, it happened to one of them on the ice in the 14U game, and it was not Aubrey or Callie. I'll let you figure out who it was. Elliot Birch will take it here for the Oahe Capitals, and she'll skate into the neutral zone, but lost the handle of the puck. And it will be moved back ahead and into the zone just barely by Rachel Scott, where it's then eventually grabbed by Mallory Learcamp. And Learcamp will chip it off the boards as it goes all the way down, where it's moved by Megan Zundy. This will be moved all the way back in. Brenna Ullman will watch that one go towards the goal. That one was played from Pashong off of Ullman and almost came back to the net. And now it's Janelle Lloyd trying to center one over. Comes over to Pashong, who will cover up for the whistle. Didn't kind of cover it cleanly, but covered it nonetheless to get the whistle with 15:31 to go here in the third period.
Pashong had a position on the post there, and that puck just kind of ended up at her stick. I don't even know if she knew it was going to get there.
Yeah, that was an awkward-looking couple of seconds there for both for the Capitals and for Pashong, trying to figure out where the puck was going and where it was coming from. This will get to the corner, and it will be thrown by Brenna Ullman. That will end up getting whistled down, and she hits her head with her hand.
You're right, it has been an odd few seconds here, hasn't it?
I mean, you know, when you try to get the puck away from somebody, you would think, well, just throw it away. Don't use your stick when it's in your glove. And that one turned into an offensive zone faceoff. Still in the zone for Harper Hendricks. Now for Emily Nemec.
That's when you let the live stream speak for itself.
That's right. If you're watching it, you saw it. Otherwise, I got to tell you exactly what happened. Here's Emily Nemec with a shot. That was a quick shot and a save made by Nyla Vanelli. Here on the near side, it's going to be picked back up by Janelle Lloyd as it's played all the way around the boards up to the far side. It will come out to the blue line, and it does come out of the zone. Maybe it quite didn't come out of the zone, but Learcamp didn't take the risk of an offside call. Miller fanned on a pass attempt, was almost turned over to Janelle Lloyd. And then Hendricks and Lloyd over on the near side. It's now Miller that will pick it back up. And it's now for Bradley Kafka. Kafka, who's got both goals for the Capitals. We kind of highlighted the goal scorers for both the Capitals and the Lakers, being Harper Hendricks for the Lakers, Kafka for the Capitals. And by the way, they've combined for all 3 goals so far in this game. So we are right about something sometimes.
We were right, yeah.
Here is Bradley Kafka that will move it back in from the top of the face-off circle. That shot blocker down by Vanelli. Kafka again on the far side. Trying to push it along away from Knopf, comes away with it. Kafka again, that one goes off the crossbar and down, but it didn't go in the back of the net. That one rattled off the crossbar, right off the pipe, and it somehow didn't go in. Back over for Addison Hunsley. Hunsley will carry it back in. That shot and a save by Vanelli, and we get a whistle at 13:41 to go here in the
That was
third
a
period.
shot, wasn't it, by Kafka?
I think Kafka was coming back to the bench stunned that it didn't go in.
It hit the pipe and went straight down. It must have came down just in the blue.
Man, that's one where if you have the camera angle just to see the replay of it right over the top of the crossbar.
The referee was set right on the red line, though. I think he had a good look at it.
This will be Elliot Birch that will take down, and the penalty coming up against Birch, and that will send an end to her game, as Piper Kruger is the one that went down, and Birch will skate off to the locker room as she has been called for all 3 penalties against for the White Capitals. And so now for Jim Wadeen, things get a little bit more interesting because you moved Emily Nemec from the defensive side to the offensive side.
I wouldn't be surprised to see her go back.
And that's the thing is, with the 5 defensemen, you're now down to 3 defensemen because you moved one of those up to the forwards, and now one of your defensemen's out of there. So I would think that they're probably going to have to reposition things after the power play is over. This will be all the way down by the Capitals. It'll be called a check against Elliot Birch. So a cross check against her that will move the Capitals on the penalty kill, the 3rd time the power play for the Watertown Lakers. Here is Lloyd with a shot. Save is made. The rebounds turned to this far side to make that the near side. Emily Nemec was able to keep that away from Lloyd, who was looking for that rebound. Now Nemec will pick it up. She's got a chance for a shorthanded opportunity. Nemec moves it. Good stick from Emma Schlusner. Took it away from Nemec, who never got a shot attempt. Had McIntyre down the middle of the ice, but couldn't get a pass over to her as well. You got McKenna Knopf standing over there at the Capital blue line right now, trying to see if the Capitals get baited into all moving into the offensive zone. Janelle Lloyd trying to find the handle of it. The Zamboni doors have caused some issues today and the last couple of days with the players not able to get the puck on their stick, but now Lloyd has it. She carries it in. That shot will go just wide of Pashong. The rebound will be back behind the net for now Lloyd, who will send it over for Rachel Scott, and a good job by Hunsley to knock away the pass, and then she took a check from her teammate Kirsten Miller. That's a penalty if it's called, if you're going to hit somebody else in the other team, that's going to be a penalty, but because Miller hit Hunsley, that's just play continuing. Brenna Ullman will knock down Kayla Randall. That one was not much of a check, but more of a collision, as we call it, as Ullman knocked out Randall. And it's now Randall that will pick it back up again. Here is a pass back over, looking to get it to Lily Murray on the backdoor feed, but it was taken away. The power play will come to an end, and that will be an icing by Micah Buffalo, who sent it down a second after the penalty expired. And we get an icing with 11:26 to go here in the 3rd period.
Another empty power play opportunity. We talked about it at the break, though. I still think power plays or penalties are going to come into play somewhere in this game.
Well, the Watertown Lakers were 0 for 1 on that power play in the 2nd period with 5 shots on goal. They had another 2 on this power play opportunity, as they were down in shots 18-17 and down 2-1 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. This will be sent out of the zone by Emily Nemec, and it goes down as she is back playing defense. Here is now Callie Beam that will pick it back up on the offensive end. Rolls up the stick, and then it will be caught by Vanelli. We get a whistle with 11:03 to go here in the third period. Talk about using a stick as a ramp. Beam pushed that puck, and somehow it went right up the stick of the Watertown Laker player. And Vanelli, those got to be some of the toughest ones to stop. You get a shot that's, full go at somebody. There's like what Emily Nemec almost had right there off the faceoff. It's almost got to be easier to stop those hard shots than it is those bouncing soft pucks that find their way to the net. Sloan Allard will play to the far side for Harper Hendricks to pick up, and now it's back to Allard again, who lost the handle of the puck and almost was centered by Katie Reese. But it's now out of the zone by Schlusner to Harper Hendricks, and a race to the puck to the far side where Hendricks will pick it back up, trying to leave it back for Lloyd. You're going to see Lloyd, Hendricks, and Schlusner on the ice quite a bit over the last 10 minutes of this hockey game, at least until the Lakers can tie the game up, if they tie the game up. Reese, a pass, that's intercepted here. Schlusner wide open, that shot, and blocker down by Pushong as it went back behind the nets. Zundy lost the handle of the puck. Hunsley will leave it for Reese. Katie Reese and Hunsley will move in on side. Reese trying to get a shot away. That was sticked away by Janelle Lloyd. And then Lloyd will play it here for Zundy again, and then moves it up the boards, but held in by Kirsten Miller. Around it comes to the far side, as it's grabbed again here by the Watertown Lakers. Good play from Ava Lavenger. Now we get a couple players that tumble down. And McKenna Knopf and Lavenger will tangle it up, and Zundy comes away with the puck, but Lavenger will pick it back away until it comes to the near side another time, and it's out of the zone. And it will be all the way down, and it will be iced by the Watertown Lakers with 9:39 to go here in the third period.
Long shift for that Laker line, that Hendricks, Lloyd, Schleisner line. That's a long shift.
And the long shifts are going to be somewhat in favor of the Capitals, but also in favor of the Watertown Lakers, because that these girls are going to get a lot of shifts. But on top of that, if you get the longer shifts, the tighter that those three will be at the end of the game for the Oahe Capitals to take advantage of. This will be moved up by Alyssa Matthews. Now it's back here for Kirsten Miller at the point. That shot goes on the outside of the goalpost. Rachel Scott moves it up ahead, and it's now out of the zone. Racing after is Piper Kruger, who's been on this line with Kayla Randall and Rachel Scott. Grayson Webb is split time as well, also with Kruger. It's a bouncing puck, is grabbed and eventually brought in the zone by Briley Kafka. Kafka trying to swing to the top of the zone. Scott goes down along with Kafka as they run into each other. Another collision as Dakota McIntyre passes it over for Miller. Cross-ice feed for Ullman, and will back in, dump it in with 8:45 left to go here in the third period. Behind the net, another time for Watertown. Lily Murray, that pass for Randall is going to be intercepted by McIntyre. She'll backhand it to the slot just behind Aubrey Stewart. And it's now the Watertown Lakers that will get it out of the zone, where Micah Buffalo will pick it back up in the neutral zone. She fans in the pass. She'll gain possession as it was a change upcoming for Watertown. Now Kafka brings it back in. That shot, she lost the handle of it, got it back, and then the shot ended up being stopped by Vanelli as she got in too close and couldn't get a clean shot away. This will be sent over here now back as the Watertown Lakers will carry it out into the neutral zone. It is Graceland Webb. They've got Jenkins and Eide on the ice. Here is Jenkins that will put it just wide. Jada Jenkins looking for her first of the year and almost put it past Sophia Pushong.
Coach Kranz having to go to that third line, playing a few more players here in this period.
This will be moved back out to the blue line where it's grabbed here by the Watertown Lakers. As Sloan Allard make that to Alyssa Matthews will play it over. It's a bouncing puck, and Jenkins misses that one. That one came off of Aubrey Eide to Jada Jenkins. And now Emily Nemec is back in. That shot goes off to the side, as it's now Callie Beam back behind the net, trying to find the handle of it. Comes in front, Pfeiffer trying to turn around with a shot, unable to, and then was put away to the side, and Hunsley will pick it back up. Centering pass over for Beam, just didn't have enough to it, and it's now going to be taken back from Graceland Webb over for Micah Buffalo, and the pass will go across over for Nemec. Right back to Pfeiffer, who will lead into the zone, but too far away for Hunsley, and now it's Schlusner that will carry it back into the offensive end, throws it towards the net, save made by Pushong. She'll stick it to the corner, where it's played in the corner by both Janelle Lloyd and Emily Nemec. Lloyd for the Lakers, Nemec for the Capitals, trying to find a handle on it. The puck keeps finding those two, and Nemec finally comes away with the puck and will play it around the boards to the near side. 3 players will tangle up for it, still in the offensive zone for the Lakers. That pass up to the front of the net where Buffalo will grab it. Micah Buffalo for the Capitals. Carries it out of the offensive end into, or make the defensive end, and then we'll have an offside as Buffalo and Katie Reese was trying to slide on that ice as long as she could to keep from going offside, and we get a whistle with 6:31 to go here in the third period.
Micah Buffalo doing a good job with her legs there to take it up on her own. She was aware that the Caps needed to get possession of the puck and held on to it as long as she could.
Now, as we get to the 6:31 mark, Jim, is Coach Kranz starting to think of a timeout at some point? Here is Briley Kafka, though, first. That shot is broken up by Meg Zundy.
Yeah, you have to start thinking about it at this point. You know, you wait a couple minutes here, a few minutes yet.
Schleusner with a shot. That's blocked by the shin pads of Kirsten Miller. She'll go off for a change, the Schleusner. And it's now Brenna Ullman that will pick it back up again. That pass over. It's going to be taken back. Zundy is able to hold it in, but it went too hard off the shin pad of Lloyd. And it's now back out of the zone, and Lavenger trying to settle it down. Lavenger will play it back behind the net. She's got Learcamp in front, and a good stick there from Vanelli. Out for Brenna Ullman, who waits, but that shot was blocked by Piper Kruger. Nice play from Piper Kruger to dive for that one. Kruger takes a little bit of a hit from Ullman. Keep the play alive for Watertown. And it's now grabbed, and Harper Hendricks picking up speed in the neutral zone. Hendricks leaves it back over for Zundy, right back down to Hendricks. That shot and a save made by Pushong. Tough angle, but Pushong made the save.
And Hendricks very late on a shift that time.
That might be one of the last times that she's going to come off the ice, but now we've got too many on the ice for the Watertown Lakers. Hendricks, I don't think, had come off the ice, or one of the players that was changing for Watertown had not come off the ice when the next girl came on to touch the puck. And so Meg Zundy will have to serve the penalty. It's not a penalty against Meg Zundy, but a too many on the ice call against the Watertown Lakers.
Yeah, Hendricks late on a shift there, and she came the length of the ice to get off the ice, and yeah, they got a little anxious to get back on the ice as the puck was right in front.
And that's the hard part is that those changes are clean until you touch the puck. Once you touch the puck, you're deemed on the ice, and that person has to be all the way off the ice first, as this will be cleared out of the zone by the Watertown Lakers. So they did everything right except for playing the puck where it was at, as is now Aubrey Stewart that will move it back in. As Rachel Scott and Dakota McIntyre, there's a save made by Nyla Vanelli. Because if you're watching the game and you say, well, there's too many on the ice all the time. Every time they make a change, there's too many on the ice. But you have to be so much close to the bench, but you can't play the puck until the player you're coming on the ice for is off the ice, which...
And it's all a result of Hendricks getting caught on a real late shift.
Yeah, and if she had maybe got off the ice 20 seconds earlier and that play had happened, she probably had enough energy to get off the ice. But here's Hendricks, who still has all the energy in the world, and back on the ice again on the penalty kill. This will be with 4:45 to go here in the third period. Stewart will push it on the backhand, gets it to the corner, picks it back up, and then centers one, and it went off of Vanelli, who then dove back on top of it as she was starting to escape from the post to get in front of the net, and Stewart tried to bank it off of her and in. And
one thing you'll see from Vanelli, she's an aggressive goaltender, and you can see her. She'll come out of that crease and think nothing of it.
Face off, that's won by the Capitals. Briley Kafka, the quick shot, trying to look off the goalie. And Kafka, the save was made by Vanelli, who's made now 19 saves on 21 shots. It is Harper Hendricks, along with Janelle Lloyd, into the offensive end. Short-handed right now with 55 seconds to go. The hard part about what these two for Lloyd and Hendricks, you want to keep them fresh as much as you can, but you got to have them kill penalties. There's a trip up coming against Watertown, and it'll be a 5-on-3 with 4:05 to go. Learcamp was tripped by Schleusner. And so it's 5-on-3 for the next 43 seconds, and a big opportunity for the Capitals to try and take this win, as this will be a timeout as well for the Watertown Lakers. That's probably a perfect time for the timeout, Jim, to rest those penalty killers, but also knowing that those penalty killers are going to have to be on the ice if it's still a 2-1 game at the end of the game.
Well, and I think what Krantz is doing, he's going to give a rest to Hendricks and Lloyd because they were out there penalty killing. He needs them to come back on the ice when we go to, we'll go to 5-on-4 now.
And so here's the other side of it, too, is that you look at 4:05 to go. If you do kill off those penalties, and that's what Watertown wants to do, you've got 2:05 left to try and score, which, again, it's just one shot to try and tie the game up. But Coach Kranz knows exactly how important this 5-on-3 is to keep it a 2-1 game, knowing that he's going to have his best players on the ice to make that kill happen, and then knowing he's going to have the best players on the ice again in the last 2 minutes.
So you rest them now, and then you put them out right now for 40 seconds, and then you're going to have to go to another line to start that last penalty, I would guess.
Yeah, and then after that, you're just hoping that you can get enough whistles to keep everybody, those girls fresh and on the ice. You're listening to KCCR FM Blunt, a Riverfront broadcasting station. As we're past 5 o'clock, 2-1 our score. We have not had a goal since Bradley Kafka with 4 minutes and 20 seconds in the first period made it 2-1. That's the last time we've seen a goal scored in this hockey game. So over 2 periods of hockey without any goal scoring. And we'll see if the Capitals with a 5-on-3 opportunity can make this on their second and third power play. They get a power play goal to try and seal this win and pick up another 2 points against the Watertown Lakers. Pass will come back. Buffalo winds up with a shot and a save made by Nyla Vanelli. I know that the senior showcase, they had the hardest shots, and Bradley Kafka had one of the hardest shots, but you wind up Micah Buffalo with a slap shot. That's a scary one to take. As this will be Rachel Scott in the corner. It's going to be Aubrey Stewart that will play it back for Buffalo. Throws it to the net, sticked away by Vanelli as it was going wide. Still 25 seconds to go in the 5-on-3. Pass will come back over for Buffalo. She'll wait at the blue line. Pass will come back over for Nemec. Nemec trying to throw into the net, trying to tip it in was McIntyre, but was too far deep to try and tip it in. Sent back out of the blue line, held in by Callie Beam. Now over for Buffalo. Girl fell over, and then a backdoor feed for McIntyre. Hendrickson fell over, and there's a shot by Beam and a save made by Vanelli with just 1 second remaining on the 5-on-3. So it will get to a 5-on-4 after the face-off is dropped. Zundy will come out of the penalty box.
And we talk a little bit about strategy. Coach Woodine going with his second line. Now he's back to his first line.
Get a chance for their rest, and now they have 1 minute and 18 seconds of a 5-on-4 to try and make it a 3-1 game. This will be sent down the ice out of the zone as Watertown's back to 5-on-4. Zundy step up into the play. Again, a little bit of some communication as well after the penalty was over, and if you're going to join the play or get to the bench right away. It's now Mallory Learcamp that will pick it up here for the Hawaii Capitals. In on side, but then turned over. Janelle Lloyd will look to attack shorthanded with 2:55 to go in the third period. Lloyd trying to move in. Sticked away by Nemec. That centering pass, it will come back out to the point for Zundy, and then that shot was blocked. In front of the net was Kayla Randall, but she never got a chance to get to the puck as Lavenger will send it all the way down. And it will bring the Capitals to make another quick change with 30 seconds to go in the power play. That skipped on the stick of Nemec. 2:30 to go here in the third period. Buffalo will send it around to Katie Reese. Once this power play is over, we'll keep an eye on Vanelli to see how long she stays in net. Here is Reese with a shot and a blocker save made by Vanelli. Addison Hunsley in the corner. That one is centering pass. It comes in front, and Pfeiffer just can't find the handle of it to get a shot away. This comes back out of the zone as it's now back to 5-on-5. And so now we'll keep an eye on Nyla Vanelli with 2 minutes to go here in the third period. Back to 5-on-5. Both teams are 0 for 3 in the power play. A 2-1 lead for the Hawaii Capitals as it's now going to be moved back for Grayson Webb, who didn't have enough in the pass, but is still taken by Harper Hendricks anyway. Hendricks with a shot. There's a save, and it's going to be a tripping penalty against Addison Hunsley with 1:46 to go here in the third period. So you want a little extra drama in this last 2 minutes. You're going to get it with Hunsley in the penalty box. And now the decision is, how long do you wait to pull the goalie in Nyla Vanelli?
Well, I think you have to start thinking about it here. You've got your top line out if you're Kurt Kranz, and if you stay in that deep in your offensive zone, it could happen anytime.
Capitals can ice it without being penalized with an icing, being on the penalty kill. Vanelli is starting to move over towards the face-off dot. She's getting inching a little bit closer.
Coming. Now
she's going to come. Coach Kranz calls for her. So it's going to be 6-on-4. And the Watertown Lakers on the power play will try and tie this up in the final minute and 20 seconds. Meg Zundy. Pass to the front of the net. That one misses. Harper Hendricks. Capitals can shoot for the empty net and not get penalized for an icing. There's a shot and a save as Rachel Scott had a great opportunity.
Where's the puck?
Somehow Sophia Pashog, who didn't know where that puck was at, lifted up her right leg, and there it was sitting underneath the right pad, and she made the save.
It was in that 5-hole, and she had it under one pad or the other.
Still 1:14 to go. Now the power play goes to the end of regulation, so there is really, you're just looking at 1:08 to go. Even though the power play would extend to overtime, they'd have to score anyway, as it will be Meg Zundy who lost the handle of the puck, and it'll go out of the zone. 1 minute to go here in the third period. Watertown 6-on-4 attack right now. Rachel Scott moves it back in. Over for Hendricks, who can't get a shot away. Capitals need to clear it out of the zone as quick as possible. This will come out to the blue line, bounce it over the stick of Schlusner, and Callie Beam, who's looking for the puck, will find a way to get to the puck. It is an empty net. A pass from Beam is blocked. Second pass from Beam is also blocked by Lloyd. And now Beam behind the net with 30 seconds to go. Everybody's diving on the ice. Beam with the opening net. That one is blocked again. Here is Hendricks now with 25 seconds to go. She'll send it in, goes off for the change, as the Watertown Lakers will make a quick change with 20 seconds to go. Miller, who can send it down the length of the ice, didn't get out of the zone. Lloyd still on the ice. It is moved back by Webb with 12 seconds. Set back down. That should do it. The Capitals with make that McIntaffer, who will pick it up. It goes off the goalpost and didn't score the empty net. The game will come to an end. The Capitals will win it 2-1. And everybody taking a big breath. The Capitals pick up their 9th win of the season. They win it 2-1 over the Watertown Lakers. They survive the final onslaught from Watertown. 2-1 win for the Capitals. Back with the post-game show after this here on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
Venture Communications has deep roots in rural South Dakota. Venture now proudly provides fiber to the home with 100% of our customers, enabling them to enjoy super fast and reliable internet connections. We'd like the opportunity to keep you in touch with the people and resources that matter most. 100% fiber and 100% committed to rural South Dakota. Call Venture Communications today at 605-852-2224, 605-852-2224, or online at venturecom.net.
Pizza Ranch of Fort Pierre is a proud supporter of the Oahe Capitals hockey. Bring your crew to the ranch. We have hot buffet options, including legendary pizza, the country's best chicken, savory sides, nutritious salads, and delicious desserts. Perched right on the river, our Fort Pierre Pizza Ranch is only minutes away from the South Dakota State Capitol building and from the Expo Center, home of the Oahe Capitals. The Pizza Ranch in Fort Pierre.
Becky Potsuba and State Farm Insurance are here to help you with your insurance and banking needs. State Farm's not just insurance, it's banking, investments, IRAs, loans, and a whole lot more. We offer guidance in a personal and caring way that helps you manage the risks of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and find ways to control costs so you can realize your dreams. We know how life is, and we're here for you. Stop in to see Becky at 1315 East Wells Avenue in Pierre, or call Becky at 224-4173.
Capital City Ford, Lincoln, Toyota, and Pierre, where exceptional customer service meets an incredible inventory lineup. Looking for your dream car? Our expert team is here to guide you every step of the way. From dependable Fords to luxurious Lincolns and versatile Toyotas, we have something for every taste, need, and budget. Experience the difference with us today. Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota.
Looking to buy or sell your home? Discover the difference with Kathy Sunshine Properties. With 50 years of experience and their local expertise, both as agents and neighbors, Kathy and her team are here to make your real estate journey smooth and successful.
Whether you're a first-time buyer or a seasoned investor, the trusted professionals at Kathy Sunshine Properties will listen to your needs and help you find the perfect fit.
Join the countless satisfied clients who have turned their real estate dreams into reality. Go Caps!
River Bottom Sanitation, your locally owned waste management company serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre communities.
Contact River Bottom Sanitation for your residential and commercial pickups. Now River Bottom Sanitation is your source for all your roll-off needs. River Bottom Sanitation in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Give them a call for pricing at 605-222-1120. River Bottom Sanitation. That's 605-222-1120.
Hi, this is goalie Sophia Pichong, and you're listening to Oahe Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock and watching on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports.
And as we walk you back and into the post-game show, it is a 2-1 win for the Oahe Capitals here this evening. As a wild couple of last seconds, John Wickler alongside Jim Lloyd. And Jim, Watertown had a 6-on-4 attack. The Capitals missed a couple of empty nets. The girls were diving all over the place to try and keep that puck out of the empty net. Watertown had a couple of good looks in that final minute. And at that point, the Capitals were just trying to survive. Watertown was trying to survive, not giving up that empty net goal. Both teams were just trying to figure out exactly what was going on in those last couple of minutes because it was a wild sequence.
And Kurt Kranz pulled the goalie fairly early as he could as they were deep in their zone. Yeah, and how hard is it for the Caps to score on an empty net?
Right. I was just saying. Well, they scored 2 goals this weekend, and it felt like they were going to score a lot because it was 2-1 after the first period,
yep.
And we never had a goal after that the rest of the way. It was Bradley Kafka that got the opening goal for Mallory Learcamp with 13:09 to go in the first period. Harper Hendrickson tied the game up with 7:22 from Janelle Lloyd and Emma Schlusner, and then Kafka got an unassisted goal with 4:20 to go in the first period. Could have turned the game off that. Yeah, you could have said, all right, that's the hockey game. We'll see you next weekend, because there was no goals the rest of the way. You would have missed an exciting finish if you did that, but the Capitals did get to that 2-1 win. They outshoot Watertown 24-22, so a 22-save performance for Sophia Pichong, 20-save performance for Nyla Vanelli. Both those goalies played really, really good. The shots maybe you're kind of a little bit below average, not super low, but a little below average in shots on goal. But overall, both goalies made some really good saves and kept their team in this hockey game, because there's a couple chances that it could have been a 5-4 game, a 6-5 game, but both goalies played excellent.
Yeah, not a huge shot on goals like you said, but 2 busy goalies. Yeah. I thought the goalies were busy right from the start. Some shots obviously didn't get to the between the posts, but those goalies were active the entire game.
Capitals go 0 for 3 in the power play. Watertown ends up at 0 for 4 in the power play. They had a couple seconds remaining on that final power play. But boy, yeah, the chances, and I think both teams are saying, the Capitals probably more so a little bit more that they won that game, saying, we kind of got lucky with all the opportunities we gave Watertown and then not capitalizing on our chances. And then Watertown on the other side saying, well, if we capitalize on just one of those 4 power plays, we at least earned a point and go into overtime. But the power plays were powerless today.
Yeah, they sure were. 7. When do you have 7 penalties in the game and no power play goals?
Yeah, and that doesn't bode well for coaches to be happy with the special teams units. You like the penalty kills. But you don't like how the power plays were for your team. But a 2-1 win for the Capitals over the Lakers, so a 3-game sweep, the season sweep for the Capitals here this year. And now they may play a 4th time. We'll see how the state tournament, how those seedings will end up being. We're still 2 months away from that being the case, but it is the Capitals and the Watertown Lakers who have played all 3 of their games. This was the 2nd road game of the season for the Watertown Lakers. They've got a lot of road games in the back half of the year, but the Lakers, who played majority of their first games at home, was. This is starting another busy stretch for them and a tough stretch for them now being on the road as much as they are.
Yeah, we participated in the Stick It to Cancer over in Mitchell yesterday and had our Stick It to Cancer jerseys on. So this was the first time the Lakers have found the white jerseys, their away jerseys. Yeah, and they're going to be wearing them a lot now.
I was going to say, that's like, 6 or 7 weeks into the season, and the first time that they're wearing those road jerseys, and only had one other chance that they potentially could have worn those road jerseys. But, hey, you and I, we're not quite done calling all these games. Maybe we'll have to check on everything, but I don't know if we'll get a chance to call the boys' game in Watertown coming up here in a couple weeks. But we're 2 months away from a 22-game 2 weekend with the state tournaments.
It's hard to believe you can talk about the state tournament already, but everybody has enough games in now that things are starting to position themselves. So yeah, it's fun to talk about the state tournament.
Yeah, you see a team like in boys varsity, you see Yankton on top right now because they played the most games, so they get the most points. But you can see where, all right, when Rushmore starts to play their most games, when Brookings starts to play and even those games up, you can really start to see these teams take shape on where they're going to be positioned. Both boys varsity side and the girls varsity side, where you're kind of seeing those top four kind of separate themselves from the bottom four right now. But we're only 2 months away from state tournament time.
22 games in 2 weekends.
22 games
Girls
in 2
and boys.
weekends. This will be the 5th straight year that we have done. This will be the 5th year that we have done video and radio for all 22 games.
Yeah, and girls this year in Sioux Falls, they'll be first, and then the boys will be in Watertown.
Yep, just almost like it was last year. Although we were in Brookings for the boys, we almost flip-flopped everything.
Yep.
We were in Watertown for the girls last year. Now we'll be in Watertown for the boys. And then, we'll have the girls tournament in Sioux Falls this year. We've kind of gotten used to Brian Prisby and the
those guys take good care of us.
They do take good care of us. We've had just about almost every single year. Last year was the exception of not having a tournament of the girls or the boys in Sioux Falls for the first time in a long time.
Yep. And it's nice to see in Watertown. Of course, the new rink has been great, and it's a great facility. If you've not been up to Watertown and don't have the opportunity, get up there for the state tournament, for the state tournament boys. It's going to be a good venue.
Absolutely. It's Thursday through Saturday this year. No longer Friday through Sunday, Thursday through Saturday. We've got Saturday night championship instead of Saturday night semifinal action. It'll be Friday nights for the semifinals and Saturday night for the state championships.
And that was changed so that everybody stays, right? It's a lot easier to stay on a Saturday night. A lot of the teams that are done, they head back, and don't get to that. So we're really looking for a full house on both tournaments on Saturday nights.
Yeah, I think we're going to have, we always have a good Saturday night crowd for the semifinals for both the girls and the boys. Now we're going to see that Friday night as well and this championship on Saturday. So I think that just adds on to having more games, have a lot bigger crowds and hopefully more views on top of that as well.
That's right.
Because we'll be okay with that too, have a few more views.
And John, you've had a few views, 1,000.
Jeez, yeah.
I do want to mention that and congratulate you, on 1,000 broadcasts. That's definitely a milestone, and I know a lot of people have watched your broadcasts over and over, and you've become a very familiar voice, and of course a familiar voice around the state. And not only have you broadcasted a lot of games, but I think more than anything, John, you bring the state together, you bring families together when they can hear your broadcast, and that's been great for the state as a whole.
Yeah, the coolest thing about all of this over the last couple of days is hearing everybody saying how much they have family outside of the state or just outside of the region, being able to watch as much as they can. And what I love doing that is being able to do that and thinking about all the kids and that their families get a chance to see those kids play, whether it be a nephew or a niece or a granddaughter, grandson, whatever it might be. Maybe the son or daughter because you're just out of town because of something else, and you still get a chance to watch your kids play. So that's the biggest reason why I love doing what I do is, well, I do love the sports that I'm calling as well, but I love to hear that all the families that get a chance to tune in from out of the state.
And people refer to you as a familiar voice, and that does not come overnight, and it does not come easy, but it really has. When your voice comes on the air, I think everybody around knows that voice, and that's not taken lightly. That doesn't just happen.
I appreciate it. I will say I'm about 9,000 behind Jeff Anderson. I still got another 9,000 to go to catch up to him.
Yeah.
He's been around for, I think he's closer to 1 million than a couple thousand.
He is. Jeff Anderson, I think he was going to tune in today, and if he does, Jeff, we had a good one here for you, and we could have used your voice, Jeff.
We might hear that familiar and friendly voice of Jeff Anderson at some point before our season's done. He's retired, but he can't stay away from coming over to talk with us during state tournaments and during games in Watertown.
I think we've had like 3 retirement parties.
That's fine. There's a running joke with a lot of people saying I had too many wedding parties for me. So I'm just learning from the best from Jeff Anderson. All right, well, that will wrap things up for us. We could talk. It's 5:19 right now. We could talk for another couple hours, but Jim's got to get on the road and get going home. And we got to get back to regular program. We want to say thanks to Emma Thielen back at the station running us here this afternoon. Thanks to Corbin Beastern running the camera. For Jim Lloyd, John McClure here signing off. A 2-1 win for the Oahe Capitals in girls varsity here today, as we'll have coverage starting next Saturday. Girls will be in Mitchell. We'll have a game on Sunday as well. The boys varsity will have 3:40 coverage on Saturday between the Caps and Mitchell Marlins for girls varsity. But again, for Jim Lloyd, John McClure here signing off. 2-1 win for the Capitals over the Watertown Lakers, as we say so long from the Expo Center.
You've been listening to Oahe Capitals Hockey on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. The Oahe Capitals on Capital City Rock are brought to you by Zander Auto Parts, Leisure Palace, Wagner Auto, AGE, Weatherall, The American in Fort Pierre, May Adam, Pizza Ranch, Faith Lutheran Church, Hermanson Endodontics, Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, the South Dakota Office of the Attorney General Division of Consumer Protection, State Farm Becky Pottsba Agency, Dakota Storm Roofing and Gutters, First United Methodist Church, River Bottom Sanitation, The Clubhouse Inn and Suites, Venture Communications, Kathy Sunshine Properties, American Family Insurance Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, Comtech, and Beck Motors. Join us all season for Oahe Capital Hockey on Capital City Rock and on YouTube at Capital City Rock Sports. This has been a special presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting Sports, Central South Dakota.